Yeah.
He's right over there, but
I
mean, if that's
I
not
had
the
a
perfect time
similar.
to go live, right?
That was the perfect time. Yeah.
yeah.
I had a similar and recent experience myself, where my dog has not been feeling well, but he was outside in the backyard by himself, and it was too quiet for just a second too long, and I'm like,
And you're like, what's going on?
And the answer was that he had smashed open the gate and had taken himself on a walk.
Yeah.
To where? Because he hates walking 4 houses up, and then he had just found a lady across the street and was just hanging out with her.
Why
Like a
not?
little
Like,
shit.
Why
I
not?
knew you were too quiet. It's just like having kids. And when they
It
go
is one-
quiet,
yeah.
you're like, are
Oh,
you
son of a
standing
bitch.
behind the couch pooping?
Why is it
basically?
quiet all of a sudden? Where are
That's
the
the
kids?
worst part is when everything gets quiet and you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
one
I
is
know.
dead.
And you're like,
The only
That's the best
time,
part.
like, what is going on?
the only time it's scarier is when you don't have kids and you hear a child laughing at 4 a.m.
And you're like,
Yeah.
Nope. That's a big
nope. Nope. So, D&D.
But are you hearing that
Holy
laugh
shit.
from the beginning of Feel Good?
Hmm.
Eric's laugh just reminded me of Feel Good.
Moshi.
All right, we haven't played in 3 weeks.
And you
We
know,
played
it
twice
is-
this year?
It is March, and
Yeah.
this month,
Yeah.
Covenant
Oh,
House
yeah, do the thing.
Toronto is doing a fundraiser called Main Mission. It's a charity event that connects streamers and gamers to help people help raise funds and awareness for at-risk youth experiencing homelessness and survivors of sex trafficking. So we are sending out the word this month, and here's a little bit of a promo that I'm gonna play right now. So I'm gonna mute myself and everyone out here.
Covenant House Toronto. That is what we are raising funds for tonight. A lot of the youth that they take in, basically they make meals, they'll provide, mental health services, anything you can imagine.
I know you're going to raise a lot of money and you're going to do a lot of good in terms of awareness raising, and hopefully you're going to have some fun.
10K? 10K! $10,000! $3,710.
Yep.
I
We're back.
for you. Oh no!
It's okay. So I think there's probably a Discord command where, let's see,
Is
main?
is your chair made of nitra from
Mine?
from Deep Rock Galactic? Is that nitra? All I see
It's
is
literally-
red.
playing a little too much.
It literally
Every time
looks
I
like
see red
gritty.
stuff, I'm like, is that nitra? Is that nitra? I see nitra.
Red
And I
sugar.
This is a blanket I got from Amazon for like $30 2 or 3 years ago, and when I started working from home because of the pandemic, I was like, what'd be nice? A soft background.
Some nitra.
Well, if I
Nitro.
had known, it would have been nitro then. But
Looks
it's
like the
nitro now.
fanciest pro gamer chair in the world. You're just like, this is a
Yeah.
shag rug.
Well, at least you know that
Meanwhile, and this is
at any time you can get like resupplied for like I guess food and drinks. Just throw that shit in the air.
see,
Yeah.
this is what my dog should have been doing. I should have been training my dog to go get it, like
Yeah.
but
Like
no.
Turner and Hooch.
But then you have to give away the blanket.
No.
Right?
No,
Mm.
Yeah.
We go to
it's not worth it.
strange places.
He's already-
on the
May
TV stream.
betrayal.
he's currently already wrapped up in one of my blankets because he's a sad boy, and that is what makes him feel better right now.
Plus, I don't think white people are allowed to trade blankets anymore after what they did.
Yeah, we
No.
thin ice.
Oh.
Or sketchy thin
Never
ice on
trust
that
a
one.
blanket
No.
that a white person
Nice
gives
try.
you.
Oh, fuck it. Whatever.
Womp, womp, womp.
The dog is Hungarian though, so I don't think
Small
it's a
pox,
problem.
guys.
It got awkward and political.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Pretty
here's
quick.
humanitarian crimes.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Crimes. Yep. I would solidly qualify them that. Yep.
Yep.
I should
Speaking
probably-
of D&D,
Speaking
should
of
probably-
crimes against humanity.
Humanity? Yeah.
You last
Race
time?
war? Okay, let's go get some orcs, guys.
Oh yeah, so I put the donation link in the chat if you want to
Yeah.
donate to Main Mission.
I really took us on a left turn away from the
Yeah.
charity part there.
That's okay.
But
That's okay. But yeah.
well, we talked about a chair. Itty. I don't know. There was a chair.
There was a chair.
There was a
I
chair.
don't have the
You're
big
happy.
dice here. I gotta get it.
Where's
No
my
need, because that was
journal?
fine. He was
My favorite thing right now is the fact that oh hi Mark is still on the
Oh,
screen.
hi, Mark.
What?
Oh, hi,
Mark.
From where?
Yep.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
go
what
check
you-
the overlay. It's
Oh,
been
Oh,
hanging
the
out there
overlay.
for you.
That's right.
Peasant.
Was I supposed to take
Right.
that off? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Fine,
You're
I'll
gonna
take
see
it
that
off.
hot
Oh,
druid
hi,
lady.
Mark.
There, I took it
I
off.
don't know.
Good at that
Know
voice.
about life. I love that movie.
Oh my god.
The best thing about returning back to normal is I get to go watch it once a month again in the theater.
Once a month?
So fucking good, man. Well, I haven't
Once a
actually done
month?
it, but I have to say I've been starved. I've been starved. of the
Once a month?
I don't do anything once a month. Maybe D&D.
I think there's room to see it
I
more.
see what you did there. Hello, doggy.
I want, like, doesn't it, like, when you look at Darylith Fell's portrait, don't you think that's how he talks?
Yes.
Kind of.
Hey.
Like,
Just that picture though. If you
gotta-
look at
I
it, it
gotta-
looks.
I mean, it would really change the game if that's how I talk from now on. I mean, if you want that, I'm on board.
I
mean,
do not actually. Thank you so much for asking. No.
Yeah. Hard pass.
I'm trying to, where is
Oh,
this?
hi, Marcus. How's your
Hi.
sex life?
The accent Derelith fell upon dead ears.
Dead Ears is what we should have called the podcast.
Yeah,
Mm.
ears.
Where is my notes about the next thing? What's going
what
on
did we do
here?
last thing? Anyone remember?
You were
okay.
going back to see that the
So let
wizard
me-
The
lady-
wizard. Oh,
Let
yeah.
me explain. There's no time. Let me sum up. You talked to the spirit of Kresselack in his tomb in the Vale of Shadows, and he was like, "Man, I'm evil, but I ain't the evil you're looking for. You can't kill me. I am unkillable." And you were like, "Well, maybe." He's like, "I'm unkillable." And then you were like, "What if we like banished you?" He goes, "I don't want that either."
Yeah,
And
I
you're-
gave him a pretty good offer. I thought, I mean, whatever.
You
it's
may
fine.
cease to
did.
exist. And he was like, I don't know. So, some people might take that offer. Some people might take not existing anymore after existing for
I wasn't
millennia.
talking about not existing. I was telling him you could go to hell and he could fight his way up.
Go to hell.
Well, look,
I've played that game. It's
It's
called The
being
Revenant.
s-
It's very good. That's where I got my
is
name.
being stuck here that much fun? I was just trying to offer him something to do, basically, right?
He-
So,
I don't think he wouldn't go to
It's fine.
hell necessarily.
well, he would have gone to the lower planes, and then I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure someone as capable as him would have made it up to a great, rank, and we would have had a clear dungeon. Everyone would be happy, but it's
Either way,
fine.
he'd
I
been
tried.
great.
I tried. Look, the thing is, we didn't get killed. That's the main thing, right? Because I feel like he probably would have killed us.
Yeah, I like putting you guys in a place that feels very dangerous, and then there's nothing to fight you, and you're like, "What's going on here? Why are we being tricked?" I don't like it.
I don't really know what the solution was, but that's the only one I could come up with. But I'm
He,
weird,
um,
so it's fine.
He was like, "Yeah, I don't know where these demons came from, but they're annoying, but they're kind of fun because I get to kill something." And then
Sure
he was
It's
like,
secret-
"Well,"
yeah.
he was like, "There is like a spirit in like near not Icewind Dale, near Kuldahar that I sensed like I don't know, a couple centuries back. I don't know how time works." So maybe like I don't know, maybe that's what you're looking for because whoever sent you to kill me, not gonna happen.
But then there's the tree.
And then the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
giant tree
Well-
in Kuldahar?
Well, okay. So the whole issue is, just to make sure I didn't make a incorrect association. So this dark spirit, though, because I was asking him about these demons, he was
Mhm.
thinking maybe that's the source of the thing that both what is
Oh,
causing these demons to come.
He
or what you're
literally
looking for.
gives
Okay.
zero fucks about
I
any of
get it.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. He's
Being a
like
revenant,
that's
how it
he's
is.
somebody told you he's not a revenant because revenants can die and come back, right? He cannot die. He is a like I don't know if you watched like the new Who, but there was like Doctor Who would be like, yeah, there's certain things in time that have to happen and they can't be not happening. So
Don't bring up New Who.
you
I-
can't
I was just gonna say
you
that
can't
for Steve.
Kresselack can't not be here. Like you can't undo him, you
It's
cannot
a fixed
destroy
point
him.
in
He is-
Yeah.
time, fixed points.
He is a
yeah.
fixed point in time
Yeah,
and space,
Okay,
basically.
Okay.
And that is
that's
a
that's
choice-
before the show went to hell. That's fine. All right. It's fine.
This is a choice of a god. Like a god did this to him after he was like, "I want to serve at your side," and the god was like, "How about you don't,
No.
Scotty? Don't."
How about no?
So
Yeah, I
he-
think I'm gonna sell this camera, Eric. I see no point. It's just gonna be my disgusted face nonstop.
This is what I like.
No,
I think
To
we
be
should all-
honest, I'm
I've
sold.
seen your face.
Oops.
it needs to be closer. That's what we need.
I want to see your face when I make a really shitty pun. That's
Closer.
why I need
It needs to be closer.
Yeah,
closer.
just pull your computer closer to your face.
I gotta.
Pull your computer closer.
I don't know.
It just falls
I don't
off a
really know.
shelf or
Just-
something.
Just put on a couple books and put it right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to see your eye. Just the one eye.
problem is if I set it on the table, it'll be too low. I can't.
You should look up to you.
Anyway,
Like
we
we
got
do
that
in this
book,
game.
remember? We stole the book and we were going to bring it back to the sexy
Yeah.
druid lady.
Oh God!
Yeah,
yes,
we
I
stole-
forgot
that was
about
what we
that
did- that's what we were gonna bring back to her.
book.
We'd be like,
Oh my
"Hello."
God.
Like, hey,
We stole
went
this
and
book
scoped out
for
this
you.
place. Here's some.
Relic of-
we
Here's a
found,
book.
we
God
did
of
not
death.
steal. We
No,
found.
it was given to us.
Oh,
the guy
that's-
said, "I don't give a shit."
Yeah, he didn't
I
care.
said,
I know that
Okay.
was impressive.
I checked 3
so
times. I was like, "You sure, bro?" And he was like, "I bet."
well,
And I
at
was
the
like,
same time, I'm a little worried about carrying that thing, but at least we didn't come back empty-handed. So it shows we went there and we did something. So it's good.
it was made with human
Yeah.
flesh.
Human flesh.
A lot
Oh,
of human
that,
flesh.
that way you know it's made with care.
That's not how the lower planes work.
Womp womp womp.
Fine, we don't have time. We don't have time.
Don't we?
Okay. No. Once we get back to Candlekeep, we'll get a book.
And we found an ice troll.
for Banby
You did
about
find
the
it.
Made it
lower
go
planes,
midnight.
and she can look it up each time. Give us
Remember?
hard facts.
So you
Oh yeah,
guys,
and the ice troll. Yeah.
yeah, you after almost annihilating it, immediately went. All right, let's everybody calm our jets. All right, everybody
I asked him
cool.
for dating advice, and then I knocked him out. So
Yeah.
that was it.
And then I believe you guys will probably just make it to Kuldahar.
Oh, nice.
So,
Without incident.
we return to our heroes outside Kuldahar.
Dun, dun.
Let's say it's morning, 10 a.m. or so. You're outside the giant tree city thing. Where's my?
So
There
here's
it
the
is.
problem, guys. So we got this book. What was our plan? We were gonna like try to fake our way in because we suspect that the dark spirit thing is maybe even in the tree right now, or what? Like
You were told
Yeah,
that he
exactly.
sensed it beneath Kuldahar, and if you look at the map, you'll notice Kuldahar is like on a cliff area. So you know,
Mhm.
Oh, okay. That's
We
Yeah.
were gonna come back, show her the book, and be like, "Hey, we checked out that area you told us to. We fought a bunch of evil shit, brought back
Oops,
an
that's
evil
the wrong-
tome, but,
But-
we're pretty sure the evil is rooted under your tree."
and then if I can,
Oh, I don't know if we want
And
to
so, like,
just outright say that.
I know
part.
that we talked about
We
this at
wanted
the
to see
time.
if she knew that she led us on a wild goose chase or not. That was the main thing.
Will this even
So,
load?
yeah,
I'm
so,
kind of
yeah.
curious to see where this goes. I'm not sure that's the way we should do it, but it's a
Well, all we have to
democracy.
do is say, "Hey, we went there. We vanquished the evil. Here's the evil tome."
Vocal?
I'm
Yeah,
not.
so like on a scale of 1 to
used to
10, like
dealing
how
with
likely is
nature
it that
powers.
we're about to get our ass is absolutely rocked by this very, very powerful wizard?
Druid.
There's all
Like a-
kinds
like
of
a-
scales.
Especially if we tell her that we found evil under her city and she's like, actually, it's me.
Yeah. So maybe we don't give her the evil book.
Oh, that was what we were
that
saying. We
covers
were going
up-
to give her the evil book. We were going to try and tempt her with it or something
Yeah.
like that.
See, we just want to learn where we'll be like, so
I
we
just blocked out the
vanquished
entire
evil,
thing. Perfect.
but it
Evil,
might
you
not be
say?
them. Yeah, we just gotta see if something-
Evil.
I got to get working on my
might
other
be
gnome
innocent. She
character.
might really have done that, or she might have just sent us away because we were being dicks and climbing her fucking.
To get
Okay,
off my
you know
fucking
what?
fence, and then you
Remember?
That
climb
was
the
pretty
fence.
funny. I
I'm
have
like,
to say,
"Whoa."
you guys.
I climbed the hedges and I got.
She
stuck
could have
in.
just answered the door like a normal person.
Bad episode of Batman the animated series, and Poison Ivy with all her
It's like
vines and shit.
I was like,
It's pretty good.
"Eh."
I forget how this works.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, I can just do this. That's not bad.
So what's the story, guys? Do you want me to be the one who feeds it to her, or does somebody
Yes.
else want it? I don't know the script.
Listen,
So-
I'm not listen, I'm very smart, but I
I'm just
know
gonna flex with
that
the
I'm
book.
stupid at people.
Okay, maybe we can just do silent flexing with the book, and that'll be good
Yeah.
enough.
I'm just gonna be standing there like, yes, this
Okay.
evil. Well,
No,
don't smile,
seriously.
he's not evil.
Are we telling her there's something under the ground, or are we just saying, look, we went and we did the thing. Here's a book.
I say that. Sorry, my thought is like I thought we were gonna like tell her. So if I remember our
The
convoluted
book
plan
was
correctly,
just proof that we
yes,
killed
that we
like
had
somebody
done
who was
it.
evil. We don't have
Yes.
to give it to her. It's just
That
we're
was what
trying
it's-
to see like, are you evil too? Do you want the book or
Mhm.
no?
Okay.
Yeah.
see
So
what
I
I
don't think
can
we're
do.
like explicitly supposed to tell like unless like we get real bad vibes off of her and we like yes we know that you're a baddie.
Depends on how hot she is. It's really a 50-50.
Listen, we were already distracted by
saying.
that.
So is the
before.
goal just to, at the end of us telling her the story of our tale,
It's
for
there's
her
no
to just-
gold. The gold is us being able to go into Kuldahar.
and just
Yeah,
not.
we just were trying to get in.
Okay, that's fair.
Uh,
Wah, wah,
See how
wah,
it goes.
wah.
Completely unrelated to everything. I touch myself and cast Warding Bond when we get relatively close to the gate.
What'd that do?
It gives me a +1 bonus to my AC and saving throws and resistance to all damage.
That's cool.
just so you guys remember, the main reason why we're going to Kuldahar is that we're going there to define what is happening in East Haven without getting murked. I wrote that verbatim. So remember, the
What?
creepy
We're
mayor-
going there to
The creepy mayor
define.
told us to go divine.
Oh, divine.
Well, the
Yes,
thing is,
yes,
remember,
that's right.
we can't tell what's happening in East Haven, so they were like, go to Kuldahar. Someone
what's
there
what?
will be able to help you see what is happening in East Haven.
I actually
without us
did
going
forget
there,
that. So
getting murdered.
thank
Bambi,
you.
what did you do? You cast a spell by
That's why I
touching
take them.
yourself?
I cast a spell called Warding Bond to give myself a slightly higher AC and a +1 to AC and a +1 to all saving throws, and I now have resistance to all damage. No,
We were gonna take a long rest before getting here, right?
we were.
I thought we took a long rest.
Did we take a? Yeah, we did take a long rest. I just
It only takes 8 hours to get here.
Yeah, remember we didn't need to.
Oh.
Like, we're not gonna have exhaustion when we get back because it's not even a full day.
I just wanted to heal myself.
And you guys traveled and then rested and then traveled the rest of the way.
Oh, okay. So
So that's
we did
why
have a long
that's
rest.
why like you did like half and half. You were like, let's do like, 4 here, 4 there. Because you don't like resting in the Vale of Shadows.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It's a great place.
Everybody's fine. We're good. We have all of our things back.
Yeah.
My key points are popping. My health is high.
All right, now imagine this, but there's a fence. Yeah, so there's a, simple wooden palisade on this side, and then a guard's like, hey, you guys, you can't come in here. Come on. Boss said you're not allowed in.
We have returned on a quest for your boss, as you call her. Would we be able to communicate with her to just say hello at the very least?
All right, I'll go get her. But don't climb anything. All right, I don't need that shit. I don't need you climbing shit.
I
Well, I'm
will
gone.
hold back my friends for 10 minutes.
I ain't running.
I tried, guys. I tried.
Let's climb some shit.
Yeah, I wait exactly 10 minutes and start climbing. Just kidding.
Damn
Listen,
it.
I
How
heard
do
that if
you-
you yeah.
How do you know how long? How do you count the 10 minutes?
Mississippi's.
I'm doing squats.
There are no Mississippi. You're gonna do what? One every 2 seconds.
That's
Just
a
like
minute
Final
every 2
Fantasy
seconds.
VII.
So that's 30 squats a minute. So that's 300 squats. Xanon could probably do that.
Can
Actually,
we
Yeah.
move more forward? Like,
300's easy.
No,
no.
You're not
Even
allowed
right now,
further
I'm
onto
very
the
out of
bridge.
shape and I
Okay.
can do 100.
I'll fine. I'll move you just so you're in the shot, just for you, Eric.
Yeah, that's
There.
blocking.
Good. Draw a bunch of
Yeah,
dicks on you. Oh
Xanon's
wait,
just
what?
doing squats.
Erase all. Erase all. How does that work? There we go.
Stretching out, getting limber. Squatting.
Oh, what's happening to the stream?
Reconnecting.
Nice.
Cool.
Love it.
Fucking hell. Why are you disconnected?
When we do this for real.
Next week, we're like, this is the real episode one.
There's an ad playing for me now. Well, let's make Eric some money.
Cool.
Send it all to charity.
No, that goes to hosting, Cass.
Hosting fees are the most. in the world.
Why is it whenever there's the most people watching, which isn't just us, it's
Yeah, it just tanks.
it dies.
Did it?
Every
Is it
time.
back yet?
I don't know. I've got an ad for another 3, 2. It's a Red Bull. I could go for a Red Bull. I
Yeah,
like
me
the taste
too.
of Red Bull.
It gives you wings.
Why?
I love that you have
What?
everything
Still
blacked
going?
out in the town.
I still have a Red Bull ad.
I have
You started it.
I just have the sad face.
Yeah, I have the sad face too, and a bunch of reconnecting. Fuck, is Twitch down?
Oh, Cyber War, guys.
My boyfriend just said, "Well, Twitch froze, so bye."
Oh,
Not even a.
he's very
But-
pragmatic. I'll give him that.
Okay, we're live again.
All right.
What the fuck?
Everybody betray me. I fed up with this world.
I don't understand it, Harcroft. I
Matt
don't
Colvin went live and
understand
it
it.
sucked all the internet out of the D&D sphere, so we couldn't have any because he's too cool.
That's possible, and I allow it.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Yeah. So that man lazily goes off to go get the druid, the archdruid of Kuldahar. I don't know if you were given
I
her
think
name.
Kuldahar guards are paid by the hour.
Let me check. Let me check on that.
Okay.
Don't ask me how to count an hour.
Oh no, you didn't give us her name.
No,
Okay.
we were too rude. She wouldn't give it to us.
Yeah, I just wrote hot, angry archer lady.
Which is
I'm
about
assuming
right.
she's
That's
hot. You
accurate.
gave me no description.
I don't know why this person wouldn't give us the name after we tried to break into their gated neighborhood.
You know, it sounds like to
I'm
me.
about to put gay and gated.
Nice.
Guys, it's been so long since I've been with you guys.
You put the
Nice.
Ted in gated.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, eventually you see, you're like, you know, some of you are shorter than the palisade, some of you are actually taller than the palisade.
Damn.
And the tall one can see a woman come out of a building and just like shaking her head.
Wait, you can't see, can't you?
Well, that's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I may not be able to see, but I know that body anyway.
Okay. All right.
Just
I
saying.
know that blurry figure 100 feet away anywhere.
It's Cad Bane.
Stop.
Oh,
They did my boy wrong.
Boba.
Moba.
I'm selling this cam, man.
Why would he not call him Fett? That sounds much cooler.
Why did they zip him around the Bad Batch? The world may never know.
These are fair questions.
Anyway,
Da, 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 da,
I
da.
continue
is-
squatting.
All I know is spinning is a good trick. That's all I have to say.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
start
it's so
stretching,
wizard, my friend. Wizard.
It's-
stretching overhead,
Wizard, I'm bringing it back.
doing that thing where your t-shirt comes up a little bit just to give her a hint, you know?
The hell?
Nothing but abs.
Okay. She comes to the gate, does she?
Yes.
Damn it. Doctor Who, Star Wars. Let's just keep it D&D, please.
I'm gonna stand like this now.
Oh, great. She smacks her lips. That's fantastic. That's a good sign, guys.
She's into me.
So you survived. Maybe you're
Apparently so.
more resourceful than I thought.
I mean, that is what they called me, yeah.
We
Look,
live to
look,
defy
look.
expectations, my lady. Here we hold a tome of Miracle, the great source of evil. Many people died for this. We suspect it was connected to some of the darkness in the Veil of Shadows.
The darkness.
We're not
She goes-
attacking it.
She says, you have passed my test. I knew Kresselack would not slay you unless you needlessly provoked him, showing me you are not foolhardy. And you have proven yourselves resourceful enough to navigate not only cryptic messages, but the spine of the world mountains and the Veil of Shadows. No small feats. Demons
Thank you,
summoned
milady.
to the material plane cannot be killed, only banished back to their home plane. I ordered Kuldahar sealed after I sensed the presence of demons in the mountains. As the Archdruid of Kuldahar, I am its only true protector, but I am also bound to this tree and may not stray far.
So, do you have any idea where the source of these demons is? Then
She says, "Let's not speak about this. More. Let's not speak more in depth out here. You never know whose eyes may be watching." And she invites you into town and into her hut. Hut.
We're in
It's a
her
house.
Thumbs up,
hut,
guys.
guys.
Yep,
She let us in her house.
we're gonna get those
She
digits.
certainly didn't Kresselack enthusiasm.
So, there is one thing that's not here on the map, and I'm just going to keep that blacked out because that doesn't exist.
I still got
Because that thing isn't there. So as you enter town, oh, I missed a spot. My bad. Right there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you walk across, the little bridge. You got a little bridgey bridge. There are not many houses here. There is a statue in the middle of town.
Is it of?
There's
Do
actually-
we know?
I don't remember.
Is it old man? Does it look familiar?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the first Archdruid.
Unknown man. Excellent.
What's funny is on this map, or it's one druid, and then if you look at the 3D art they did for it, it's 2 druids. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Tolbin, the original Archdruid, who first came here and decided like this was a place to make like a holy site to Sylvanas, the Oak Father. As you look around town, there's not a lot of people out. There's like 2 kids playing in the fountain, and then a parent comes over and they're like, "Stop playing in the fountain. That's not what it's for. It's for decoration. Cut it out." You see that hooded. You see that man. You remember you saw that hooded man, and he's just like leaning next to the thing of the tavern, just leaning, looking, watching, keeping a close.
Are those
eye on
children
you.
ushered home? I'm
No,
just
they're
curious.
just told to not play in the fucking fountain.
As children oft do.
That's true.
I don't like
Um,
that.
There is birds poop in fountains.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like a sacred
Birds
fountain.
poop in the air.
Yeah, but you don't.
Breathe in the poop.
Come on.
How many fountains are you hanging out with birds pooping in them?
I'm standing near the fountain and I'm looking at the statue. So you guys
Yeah,
know.
there's a little plaque that's like worn, but it's still barely legible, and it says in common, like dedicated to the founder of Kuldahar, who brought warmth to this, cold part of the world, or something like that. Something nice.
Seems like
something
this
nice.
dude was pretty cool, Dahar. You know what I mean? The
You
gang.
the way you are.
I just am.
Sometimes there should just be crows on a wire sitting nearby, and they go, "Ha!"
Yeah. I need my own like Statler and Waldorf.
So there's a smithy, there's an inn, there's a tavern, there's all the basic stuff you would see here. There is a large set of double doors that seem to be not quite dilapidated, but they're getting worn. They haven't seen any. They're up here. They haven't seen any use or repair in a long time. There's an old tower. Like, keep in mind, these are like the roots of the tree.
Mhm.
Like, this isn't even like the full tree itself. These are just like the roots. It's that big.
Yeah.
There's an old like tower that's sort of crumbling in on itself on the other side of town. You enter here. This is the Archdruid's hut, house, whatever, built into the thing.
I'm there.
Lair.
No,
She
I said
uses
I'm
lair
there.
action. Oh, okay. She says, "I'm afraid the services of Kuldahar are few and far between these days. The Temple of Ilmater has been abandoned for some time. Our smithy is still open, but he spends much of his time repairing tools for the farmers outside the wall. The general store shelves are bare without traders for the last several summers, and the evening shade has beds aplenty, and if you have a thirst, the root cellar can serve you food and ale. In the northwest of town, a wizard's tower once stood, but now, too, lies abandoned." Why have you come to Kuldahar? First of all.
I mean, fair enough question.
Well, you see, there's kind of some weird goings-on happening in East Haven, and we can't necessarily get there because it might be demonic in nature. So we were informed that maybe we could come here, and someone would help us divine what is going on there. Like, maybe looking in, peering in, without, getting bodily harm, perhaps. Not necessarily scrying, but, like, trying.
She asks you, why would you think Kuldahar would be the place for such a feat?
Well, you're like a super powerful archdruid lady, so I thought that maybe...
She looks at her hands and she
Magic?
says, am I? I don't feel like a super powerful archdruid.
That's what everybody who is powerful says. That's how we all feel. But you know what? You should believe in yourself, because I believe in you.
Oy.
I wouldn't give her words of encouragement.
Something to add, cleric?
Oh, nothing. Please go on.
Rolling back through my
No,
notes.
we
No, you go ahead.
we have ties to East Haven, and there has been some incidents there that are worrying. Potential demon gate. We want to take care of this problem, as all heroes do, but we were informed in our travels that perhaps...
Before you
Yes.
continue, I whisper in your ear, so that creepy mayor that appeared out of the shadows, he told us that the archdruid would help us break a spell that would allow us to see what is happening in East Haven, because there's a spell, like, blocking us from seeing.
Which
I'm just
creepy
gonna-
mayor? Creepy mayor.
So it's because there's a spell. I forgot that.
We believe that East Haven is under demonic influence, and as such, we do not know what is happening there. It is blocked from others' perspectives, and it would be dangerous for us to just show up without any information. So we were told that perhaps we might find aid in Kuldahar to penetrate this cloud that hangs over East Haven.
She says, how ironic that centuries ago, heroes from East Haven came to rescue Kuldahar, and now you intend for Kuldahar to rescue East Haven.
Sometimes life is like a circle, Brings you
Such
right
is-
around to where you
She's
started.
like, life is like a circle, yeah.
Yeah,
Sunrise
the whole
and
thing.
sundown.
Life, death,
Sunrise,
everything's
sunset.
cyclical in nature.
It is the
See, I'm not just all
circle,
muscle, I
the
got
great
thoughts.
wheel.
As I start doing
Like
push-ups on the
time?
floor.
No,
Please.
I'm
She
trying
says,
to-
please
I'm
do
doing
not
one-handed,
sweat.
like,
Please do not
two-finger-
sweat on my rug.
Oh, it takes a lot more than that for me to sweat.
She's like, who just starts doing push-ups in someone's house?
Fine, I get up and I sit down.
You got to get up to get down,
Well, I mean, I have to sit up to sit.
Get down and get
To
around.
sit ups to sit down.
Gotta get up, get down.
I'm gonna whisper to Marcus, she's playing hard to get.
You
Fine, I
Pepe Le
kinda like
Pew?
it.
If I hear you do that, I will literally look over you and be like,
I do it back.
damn it, we haven't worked on the body language.
Goliaths are actually supposed to be really good at body language, by the way.
Yeah, I am really good at it.
Because
Body
they
You're
have.
language.
willfully
Oh.
ignorant.
So originally, Goliaths are covered in
Body
sometimes
language.
even moving, like a Rorschach style, like ink blots, basically. And they've kind of turned them into like tattoos. But they had these body markings, and they would like read into them on certain people, like, "Oh, you're going to be a hero because you have these markings."
Do
And-
they monologue at night when it's raining?
No, no, they're not like Rorschach.
I mean, I do.
But there was like a whole path. There was a whole feat path about these markings where like you would have like literally it was called auspicious markings, and you would like have certain abilities and stuff like that because of the
Look up
markings
to
on your
me.
body.
No, whisper. Or they
Yeah.
go, "Shit, save us." And I'll look down and I'll whisper.
Okay, sir. Sure, I guess.
Uh,
Hell,
Rorschach.
what the hell? Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm now well behaved. I'm gonna sit there. I'm very proper. Have my
Now
vocab,
well
my arms,
behaved.
cross my legs.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
yep.
intently listen.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, it wasn't working out with me being a whatever.
She's dumb. I don't know. We'll see how it goes if I pay attention to her. Let's use directions.
Like, do you like the blonde or brunette? I like the blonde. Good, because I'll take anything. Like,
Well, I was gonna say I do have some hair. I was gonna say I have no hair, but it's only shaved on the sides.
yeah, Goliaths only have like head hair, basically.
Yeah.
Typically.
Sleek everywhere else.
Like
a seal.
I can smell now. She sighs and she goes, I see what you're trying to get at, but I cannot allow you access to the Hearthstone gem. Or Hearthstone gem. Yeah, not Hearthstone. I gotta make sure that's right. God damn it.
I love how our DM is such a stickler for details of the world. If
Well,
we were cheaters,
Hearthstone
we'd
and
have so much more
Hearthstone are-
information.
It is the
Hearthstone-
Hearthstone gem. Hearthstone, okay, yeah.
Hearthstone, okay.
Hearthstone, yeah.
Do
Yeah.
we know what she's talking about?
Yeah, you
does-
were specifically
Probably what we
told that's why you needed to come here, because that gem can pierce. It's an artifact
right.
that can pierce the veil of any scrying. Like,
Yeah.
it's a scrying gem basically, but it also
Oh,
fucking like powers this place apparently, and it's been stolen before. She goes, its power is currently being used to monitor a threat far to the southeast. There was a place in the High Forest where demons once held a foothold on this plane called Hellgate Keep, originally founded as Askelhorn. Was an ancient elven city on the northeast edge of the High Forest that was overtaken by demonic forces and eventually destroyed about 2 centuries ago, or a century ago, or a little more than a century ago. In the years following its destruction, the site's keep's ruins became known as Hellgate Dell. Through the gem's power, I'm holding closed a portal there to the abyss in the ruins. If you wish to use the power of the gem to peer into East Haven, you'll have to go to Hellgate Dell and seal the portal from within.
Okay.
Ah, of
Portal
course.
to Oblivion?
What?
No, the abyss. The
Oblivion?
abyss isn't
Oh,
the
abyss.
abyss.
No, the abyss is
The
something
abyss.
else.
The abyss is
Gotta
where
be very
demons
careful
come from.
Yeah, it's
So
all
it's similar
bad.
to that portal that we just saw in the other place?
The
Or that we didn't see it, but we knew that it
the
was...
portal in East Haven was where an army of devils came from.
That's different. There's different
And
kinds of evil.
You also have to remember that demons and devils hate each other.
Yeah. Devils and
So-
demons are 2 different kinds of evil. They
Fiends,
started
yeah.
something called the Blood War, which has been going on forever.
So, okay, so what do you... Are any of them, like, willing to reason? Because I bet if we told the demons that there were devils in East Haven, they could, like, deal with that.
I like the way you're thinking, Bambi. That really is an interesting idea.
I don't think he
I don't
does.
know whether or not that's possible, but devils are the
Reason
ones
with
we'd be negotiating with. Yes, devils, not demons.
She really fucking narrows her eyes when you like, well, maybe we can talk to the demons, and she's like, demons cannot be reasoned with. They're
Oh, can devils-
forces of
sorry,
pure
I'm-
destruction.
Oh, so devils then. Yeah, devils, we can negotiate with them.
I'm face bombing in my character as well.
It's okay.
She goes, you would have dealings with the devil?
I mean, not personally, but like needs must. So
Rhetorically.
like we don't really need like
Platonically.
nobody really needs something called Hell's Gate Dell. I assume that nobody's like hanging out there long term that needs to be there. We just send them all there. They have an epic battle over there, and then at some point, I assume some sort of god comes and just.
Hell's Gate Dell just makes me think that they have an
You-
Intel Pentium 4 processor or something, you know?
Probably.
Nice,
Hellgate,
nice.
It's called Hellgate Dell because it was like almost like it's buried.
The
So it
farmer?
used to be a keep, and now it's like buried
Farmer.
under rock. So it's a dungeon instead of a keep. You go from the top of the keep down to.
So it's
Was-
been destroyed before. What's the
I believe I said
second
that.
time?
Yeah.
So
I mean, this would be the 3rd or 4th, I think.
I failed to see the issue.
I'm just gonna watch as I do.
Mrs. Archdruid
Oh,
Lady,
no.
who I still
Oh,
haven't gotten your name,
no.
by the way. Please let me know what your name or what you'd like to be called.
Well, I
Sorry,
assume
I'm not-
you'll introduce yourselves then.
Yeah, I mean, I hope
Okay.
so. This is me
She's
trying.
her name is Arlas, Awyrlas.
She's our last for sure.
Arlas.
Please take that down.
Arlas.
Checking out our last.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh no. Our
Uh-oh.
last. I think it's safe enough to say that we will go into Dell for you. We'll close this portal like you want us to do, and then
I go to Dell and back for you.
Back.
Yeah, Dell and back.
And I would do anything for love.
Anyway, I was trying to seriously say that as my character. But yeah. So we'll close the portal. That's what you need, right? To get. Then you have the gemstone. And once the portal's closed, then you're able to use the gemstone to like do other things. So. I'm sure you could use it around Kuldahar. I'm sure there's many times that you're like, dang, I wish I had that gemstone so I could do this cool thing with a rock. But,
tall friend, this is quite a task. I mean, okay.
You're quite a task.
Your task. We would be willing to attempt to take care of this problem in the Dell, this portal to the south, if you are able to give us some aid, perhaps, as we see that it is draining a lot of your attention and power. I don't know if my friend Bambi's theory bears any merit. Is there a possibility of causing some sort of conflict between the two aspects of evil? I wouldn't think so normally, but it is an interesting idea.
That's why I suspect that their intention is to have the Blood War spill over into this plane.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing, obviously, based on your tone of voice. Sounds...
Well, between demons and devils on the material plane would be very bad for the people who live here, yes.
Pretty bad.
A fair point.
I was wondering, so is there like a road that leads to the Dell, or maybe like a highway to Dell, you know?
I knew where that was going.
Maybe? You know, the highway is, it's kind of like, you have quite a few carts, in a bit of
What if I just suddenly left the call?
We could go on for at least 15 minutes. I mean,
wait, I didn't get your number first. Okay, we're good.
Do we have her name now? Do you have it?
Yeah,
Awyrlas.
Sorry, I was escorting a dog inside.
Let's open up the Sword Coast map.
So, you got the Dell. Gotta close a portal to hell at the Dell.
Okay.
Except that's what we want to do at East Haven as well, which is just...
See, it all rhymes. Therefore, it's
sometimes you gotta spend money to make money, right? Where's my?
Yeah, but maybe this portal's not as big and it's easy because we just yoink the gem, close the portal, bring it back. Here's the gem. She goes, ooh, what's going on over there?
Okay, you
like
guys.
Too many BioWare games.
You guys are somewhere up here, right? Oh, this map isn't even friggin' entirely.
Like, this is easy. I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West. All the quests are like this.
So Hellgate Dell.
I'm like, that's a cauldron? Okay.
So that's where you currently are, right? You see that little bard symbol? Adbar, Askelhorn, where is it? Hellgate Dell. There it is. Okay, give me a second. Let's put a demon. Fiend?
Put a
fiend.
Fiend. I'm going to use a fiend thing here. So, oops.
Fiend and enter.
Undraw that. Speak friend and enter. So this is where Hellgate Dale is down here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to
gods.
And if you recall, there's a war happening in Silvery Moon right now. So good luck.
I mean, that could be to our advantage though, because we could go get that really fancy dude, right? And tell him about
Drizduarden.
Yeah, fancy dude.
No, he's in the Silver Marches.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's not.
Yeah, Silvery Moon's part of the Silver Marches, is it not? Am I crazy?
No, it looks like it's part of the Evermoors.
Oh, so we're just go collect heroes. Let's just get.
No, it's called Laughing Flow.
I'm sure we can convince him to join our party. We're so charismatic.
Oh God.
I know I am. So
Yes.
don't you talk shit about me, buddy.
I'm not talking shit.
Silvery Moon is the first thing named in the Silver Marches. Silvery Moon, Citadel, Adbar,
Okay.
Dead Snows, Jalanthar,
Let's just go
Quavar,
to
Citadel,
Benzo
Felbar,
Darren
Everlund,
then.
Okay,
Hall,
so
Sundebar.
wait, are we aware of the major offensive going on there? Because that was part of the whole business of
They
why
talked
this.
about it earlier. Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked to that.
When
Yeah,
you were
The whole
in
reason we're in Kuldahar is because that guy told us we should go there.
when you
because-
were in Mirabar, the Marchian was like, "We can't give you resources. We're sending people to go fight a war against a bunch of drow and demons and stuff."
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And it's being, Rich Jordan and his buddies are doing it. So
Right, the main characters, guys.
But
yeah, that's
yes,
a different
Driz
book. This
getting
is our
the
book.
Hellgate tell, I think
Whatever, we're NPCs the moment we step into this.
Driz is taking care of Hellgate
Listen.
tell. I say we do. We sneak around and we go do it.
I will.
we gotta like endear ourselves to the main characters in that area so that we
I
don't
will
get killed.
steal a lot of
Same
people's
here.
characters, but I will not steal like Dritz Duerden and stuff like that from people. Like
Tragic.
Yeah.
like you might meet someone like Mordenkainen or Elminster, maybe,
But not Driz.
but definitely not Drizzt Duerden, because
We're too low fry for him. I get it. We're just not fancy enough.
no, because I wouldn't fucking dare. Like, there's like 30 fucking Dritz books. I'm not gonna play one of those characters. I wouldn't even feel comfortable. I wouldn't even think I'd be comfortable pretending to be Elminster, considering we've interviewed Ed Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yes. Who keeps taking my diet Dr. Pepper, I might add.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his first. He's older.
I'm gonna
I
talk
he
to
started
Mark
it.
on the
I
side with you.
know.
I know I
Every
play.
time I steal a body, I
like, I'm kind of
I
goofy
secretly
and I'm like
cheer
this
my
player on the
coffee.
outside, but really I'm very sensitive.
Shush.
I'm talking to him, to Mark.
Oh. Oh.
I'm letting him know that it's like, ever since I was bitten by that rat, I just really started to be a little bit of an asshole. So
All
I
right.
don't really know what's going on now.
Okay, let's talk to our druid lady. Let's just get this back on the rails. Okay. We
I used to
understand
hate
the
cheesy,
problem.
Now I like cheese. It's just a mess.
I
We
want cheese.
know there is some major events going on in that area near the gate. A few more people being sent down might not make that much of a difference, but is there anything that you can provide us in terms of knowledge that might be able to help in terms of aiding in the sealing of the gate?
She's like, after what you defeated in the Veil of Shadows, I have no doubt you'll prove to be the demon superiors. Yeah, you got this. I mean, you killed
See,
some demons there, right? You'll be fine.
Well,
Only if
just
we
to
believe in
make
ourselves.
sure.
I want to roll inside. Is she full
Like
of
a
shit or
little
not?
hell gate.
If
It's a little
just
tiny
to
hell portal.
Sure. Do you have any items that might be useful for the cause of good against evil?
Says the evil.
When I whisper to
Look,
Marcus,
look.
you better not be asking for a lock of her hair. Sir.
Unless she can read auras, it doesn't matter, okay? Yeah, I'm lawful, okay?
Are you?
Look, this is a demon gate, okay? So it only supports my side of the bargain.
Technically,
if we
it's a
close
hell
this.
gate.
Yes.
Hellgate.
Yes.
Just like a little.
This is I understand why it's confusing, because hell is where devils come from, and they called the place where demons are coming out of Hellgate. I understand your confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complicated. There's a
And
lot. There's a lot of kinds of evil. There's
and the
neutral evil
portal-
too. Don't forget
Oh
those.
yeah,
bad
let's get into some
ones.
Yugoloth
Those are
shit.
real
Okay.
assholes.
Let's get into some
Nothing to do with
Yugoloth
that.
shit here.
Yugoloths. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets worse. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's lots of evil. Tons of
Yeah.
evil. All right.
Oh, there's so much evil. Oh, it's
Oh,
great.
Yeah, it's the most evil that
Mm.
anyone's ever dealt with.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well,
we got
so
two
far,
kinds
you guys have dealt with. You have not quite encountered devils, right? You've encountered plenty of undead. Now you fought demons. I mean, we're running out.
There's that
We're running
evil
out of the
witch
kinds of
lady.
evil.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're gonna get to
The
the
witch
devils
lady?
soon.
What witch
Sorry,
lady?
I meant there's the succubus, and then there's
Succubuses are technically devils in 5th edition. They used to be demons, and then one day they became
Made out
devils.
with
There
the
was that
devil.
ice lady in the caravan.
Who we
She
let
was-
go, who like just wandered off,
She
right? Yeah.
was just a priestess of a god you don't like. That's all. I'm sure that
I had no
once
issues
start-
with their god.
I'm sure
Let's
that
not get
event
political.
won't start a whole chain of events called the Rime of the Frost Maiden. I'm sure that isn't what caused that whole campaign to happen that Chris Perkins wrote.
I'm glad we're going to the Silver Marches. That's all I gotta say.
So are we taking her word for it? Are we gonna go?
Bambi
No,
wanted to
I'm
run an insight
asking
check, so even though I hate insight,
Okay,
go
yeah.
ahead and roll your check. I'm gonna combine insight and perception at some point for you guys as well.
You should
once
hold
I-
a gem and go, I have Thundara, give me insight beyond sight.
I love the idea that this is a skill
12.
that tells you when people are lying. Like, you don't know, you're not sure, you don't know her, right? Like,
It's true, I don't.
what is? But I always feel. What does Banby feel? Does Banby feel like like? I always think you should follow your gut. It's more interesting that way.
Follow your nose.
Listen, it's she's obviously just trying to butter us up. Like, maybe she's not lying to us, but like she's certainly just like sort of like fucking whatever. Anyways, no, that's not my job. My job was to guard a caravan, and we got to a fucking town, and then somebody started murdering people in the town. I was just trying to guard a caravan and see the igloo, man. Like,
What happened to
I'm
my
turning-
caravan? Remember I had my
I'm
own?
turning into
God
Tommy
damn it.
Wiseau now at this point. I honestly, God.
yeah, that's what I wanted. And people keep sending us to do stuff and shit. Like,
I can't believe I
It's
lost
never
my
ending.
I'm
caravan.
just trying
They'll
to
tell us
say.
like, oh, you just gotta go to point A to do point B, and then we have fucking C through F.
she wants us to walk through a war because she won't
Flipping.
turn her stupid stone in a different direction for like 3
Go seek
seconds.
to
Didn't we
see.
follow that mayor because
Listen.
he became your nemesis, not ours?
I think we
Arch-
only
He
have
became
Druid.
your nemesis
Fuck,
too,
we got-
don't
we
you
got
lie.
disconnected again. We got
we only have
I-
to go to the
My
Hellgate
friends, as you can
like,
see, are quite
we
distressed.
can't
They
leave
have
Kuldahar
been
right now.
serving the
Fuck,
side
We're
of good.
disconnected again. God damn it.
Oh,
Nobody hears it. They're like they are started arguing.
It's like
I-
Ghostbusters when there's too much negative energy going on in New York.
I just don't understand this. Like, just fucking no. I'm getting rid of this fucking internet. Oh my
Oh.
god.
You just lost all you guys too.
What?
Really?
No.
I see you.
To be fair, the internet's been fucked because everybody has to reroute things no longer through Russia. Basically, like a lot of
everybody
things have
just
been
came
having.
back. Okay, great.
Everybody's been having tons of service interruptions, like plenty of platforms, because they're trying to reroute zero traffic through Russia. Like everything's got to stop going through Russia,
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
well,
back.
Anonymous is doing a number.
which
on
is
that.
fucking weird because nothing here should be going through fucking Russia.
We're talking about internet outages for those people who just came
Yeah.
back.
Anyway,
What?
What else?
Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was just trying to say the reason we have to go to the Hellgate to close the portal is just that this Archdruid lady can't afford to leave Kuldahar to go do it herself because she's the only one protecting it. She's the strongest person there. So like it all checks out logically in my brain. And she
That's
didn't
all-
even give me
that's
the
all
time of
that's-
day, so it's not even because I have a crush.
That's all I ask as a DM is that for some reason you can follow my insane logic.
Yeah, the logic's there. If
I
you're a
mean, you
guys can
powerful,
do other
like,
stuff. You wanna do other
magic
stuff,
person
go.
leaves the town, that's dangerous.
You're allowed to
attempt
do
to
other stuff.
I attempt a persuasion
Do other
check
stuff, I
off,
just-
of
People don't have
off of Bambi's
No, I agree.
energetic
Everywhere we go, they're like, fuck you, and we're like,
concussion.
we're trying to do a quest.
We're just trying to help. Like, fuck.
All right. So I turn to the Archdruidess
Mm-hmm.
and I say, as you can tell,
She says it's just Archdruid.
Archdruid.
Yeah.
That's
Druid is
fuck
gender neutral.
patriarchy.
My compatriots and I have been through quite a lot. We only
I'm sure you
seek,
have, yeah.
we only seek to support the greater good, and we do beseech thee, milady, if you have any
I
Thing that
start
can
laughing
aid
in
us.
character.
in this event, we will graciously take our leave of you and pursue this situation at the Hellgate, because we understand how important it is and how many resources it is directing, and it's a fair trade, I would say, if we are able to close this gate, and you can help us help East Haven. Do I need to roll anything?
Steve will be doing Shakespeare in the Park this May.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to roll persuasion, go for it.
God damn it.
I'm whittling right now.
19.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty fucking good roll.
It's a good roll. I have a +8. I mean, it should be a good roll, but I rolled an 11. If I rolled a little higher, that would be amazing.
She softens a little bit. And she says, maybe there's something that you can... Maybe the blacksmith still has something from years past that might be beneficial to you that I can tell him to... You know, we've been sort of keeping to ourselves, but maybe we can open that up to you.
Just because I don't want to do something really stupid.
Mhm.
This whole area is dedicated to Sylvanus, right? Or would I be...
Well, that's the funny thing is that, you know, like a lot of the deities, the good deities especially, get along, right?
Yeah.
So this area, the tree was supposedly planted by Sylvanus and is obviously grown. And Sylvanus is called the Oak Father. It's a giant oak tree, and it provides warmth to this region, which is obviously very cold. But it's also super ancient. And so when what's his name? Who did I say the first druid, what archdruid was? I can't remember now. When he came here, Kelvin. No, not Kelvin. It's Kelvin. That was the Blackstaff. When he first came here, he was like, clearly this is a sign. Like, this is clearly a holy place for our faith. Let's, you know, form a druid circle here. And as they slowly open, I think he was like, someone opened it up and was like, okay, let's let people live here. Like, we should protect people. Like, it's a good, you know, that people live here. So, and then there is a temple of Ilmater here, the god of suffering, right? Called the Broken God, who is neutral good. So, like, there's been other faiths here that would align. Like, Sylvanus is, like, probably neutral. And, like, so obviously neutral people would rather have good neighbors than evil neighbors. So there's more axis there that is like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Well,
but, like,
my lawful evil
yeah.
nature was I was going to try to play up the whole, like, Sylvanus thing, but I'm not going to say anything. It's fine. I don't want to offend her.
She probably knows a lot more about Sylvanus than you.
Yeah, I know, but I was going to start throwing around, like, you know.
It is sort of weird. Like, you could be a cleric of Sylvanus and not be a druid, or you could be a druid of Sylvanus but not actually be a cleric. It's sort of... I know it's kind of backwards.
Are we going to head to the blacksmith then? Are we heading out to the blacksmith?
So excited.
Yeah, let me
see what we can do here.
Kuldahar.
I was just wondering if we're leaving or if we're still in her hut, because...
I mean, you can try to keep asking her more questions. That's up to you.
I don't want to push her luck.
I think she told us everything that we know right now.
Basically, we just got to go close the gate for her. I mean, come on. I want
you know,
some
she left her gate unlocked. What happens?
You guys probably got a lot of money, right?
Money, but I don't know. We haven't really been fighting anything we could loot. Been fighting like ghosts.
Yeah. From or previously robbed tombs. It's not very.
Anyway, before we leave her hut, I want to give her. I carved a little tree out of wood because, like, I do wood carvings all the time. So I'm just gonna give it to her and say, "Here you go, a gift." And just.
That's so sweet.
She goes, yeah. "Oh, thank you. You made a tree out of a tree. Clever."
Yep.
Well, that might have actually been really bad. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Not really a bad thing. It's a piece of wood.
What's the remember? Well, great. Everything's wrapped up into a nice, neat little package.
Package.
Well, I'm sorry if I sounded sarcastic.
Package.
I was really sincere. I do. David, the DM, has a sincerity deficit, so even when I'm trying to say sincere things, people think I'm being sarcastic or joking.
I figured it was sincere because she was like, "Oh, cool, neat."
Yeah. But she is
like
hard to read. She's extremely reserved in her. She's very. You get almost no micro expressions. Like there's never like there's never like a quick smirk or anything like that. She's like stone or a tree.
Appropriately, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything else you guys would like to ask her before you move on to another area of...
Well, I suppose, does she have any knowledge of a quick way to get there because that's quite a distance, and secondly, if she has any knowledge of how to close the gate. I mean, that's just straight up honest questions, you know.
Well, ideally, kill all the demons there or banish them, and then just cast Dispel Magic on the gate. It's not like a thing. It's not like an artifact. Like it's not like the Hearthstone gem. The Hearthstone gem is allowing me to, keep it closed from this far away. So.
But what, not to be ignorant, Archdruid, but what sort of forces are arranged in this place that it's been so difficult to close?
Demons?
Are we talking about armies? Like, what's the composition?
There is certainly a powerful demon there that is... I haven't seen it, but there is certainly a powerful demon there that is commanding the other demons. So she goes, unfortunately, I don't know much about demonic hierarchy. I'm obviously a druid. I'm not a diabolicist. So probably something on par with a lieutenant.
Is there anyone you know that would be able to help us in the naming or dealing of demons?
I mean, I would probably talk to a cleric at a church that's probably specialized in such a thing. Unfortunately, our church is empty. But, you could find somebody who specializes in combating demons, like the Order of the Gauntlet, someone there. Maybe, like, Harpers are pretty smart. Maybe you could find a Harper. Anybody who specializes in information, like you could, like if you really wanted, you could even try Candlekeep. You could even look into the history at that point, I'm sure she's like, there's plenty of people who are going to know more about this than me.
I mean, as long as it's not an army, I think we're fine. Like, it's not going to be a huge group.
So. I think I closed the portal early enough that, they can't march an army through. But the thing about demons is that over time they can summon more demons on their own. And if there's some kind of caster there, like a sorcerer or a wizard or a warlock or something like that, who specifically, like, they're trying to open a thing and I keep closing it.
Okay.
Which is probably why you found demons here. Like they've maybe tracked me down, but luckily here I'm protected, right? Like they can't enter here. Demon portals open up. That happens.
Damn
hellmouths. That's gonna happen. Demon portals are gonna open up in your house, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna have to call an exterminator.
I have one question for her.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
She doesn't say that. That's me.
In your normal voice.
What's
up?
I don't know if you noticed. I jump in and out of character constantly.
That's fine. I'm like, who am I talking to? So we have this spooky book, right? Do you just want it? Because at first we weren't going to give it to you because we're like, what if she's secretly evil? But like,
even though this word doesn't exist in the Forgotten Realms, she goes, fuck no.
Okay, fair enough. It's kind of
I would prefer you didn't bring that thing in here.
I'm a little tired of like carrying it around. So
didn't it go in a bag of holding at one time?
No, like our little like metal homunculus dude was carrying it, but then like when we showed up, I thought it was like we had to present it to you, so I've been holding it. But like it's made out of.
You've just been holding it the whole
Yeah, she has.
That's why I was doing my push-ups one-handed. I was just I don't know.
Posing
I was
with
being
it.
Weird. But yeah, it's like made of human flesh, and like it's like I'm a Goliath. That's not even my flesh, So that's just another realm of creepy. So I just keep talking, and hopefully she'll just stop me at some point. I take the fuck no is probably the answer.
Yeah, when she says fuck no, I don't want that thing.
I'm just gonna say fair enough, and I'm gonna throw it to one of the homunculuses. Just gone. I assume one catches it. Ambi's focused.
Anybody else? Anything else? Do you guys want to go anywhere else?
Just to the blacksmith to get whatever they might have.
I mean, like we can stay here.
Yeah, there's an inn. Yeah.
Well, I mean more like I get there's an inn. We are welcomed to stay here though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't have to leave right away.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, get out.
We have to
just
leave
got
the
here.
hut. We have to leave the hut.
You
We
definitely
can't
have to
stay
leave
there.
the hut. Yes.
Nobody out pizzas the hut.
But yeah, you guys can now explore Kuldahar if you like. Maybe I should put up the tower. You want to go to the old tower?
Nah, I want to go to the blacksmith.
Is there like a
They
hammer?
might have a thing.
So if I'm not mistaken, the
tower's
blacksmith
cool.
is up here where the anvil is. The inn is here. No, that's the tavern. Sorry, the inn is. Which one was the inn? It's been a. There was a general store. Actually, I'm going to use. Yeah, the shield.
I'm just
as
putting us in the
blacksmith.
middle of town, so theoretically we're anywhere.
This was the general store at one time.
Bling 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 bling.
Oh, this is the inn, right here. That's right. Called the Shady Rest or something like that.
Shady.
All right, well, if she doesn't give us any obvious clues, the only thing that I just want to know is what we got from the blacksmith and if she's got any way to get us there faster. Like,
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely something powerful enough that can like open portals, but that might not be a demon. That could be, a person who's an asshole.
There's always a person that's an asshole.
No. I'm asking whether we can get over there faster, not.
Mhm.
Does she have any?
She's like,
access
I'm a
to
druid.
portals?
She's like, I walk places.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not.
Is
I
there
don't-
anyone nearby that does portals that you're aware of?
I don't know.
Okay. We'll have to
We're
go
just
to the
gonna have
next
to
big
walk
city.
like we always do, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No
Oh, let's just go to the next big
fast
city.
in this game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want a globe spanning adventure? We just want to fight stuff in this one basement. I thought about that. That was a campaign I could have run.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
There's,
We can still run it. We can still do it.
I'm
He's
not
got-
doing. I started Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I wouldn't run that.
Oh, that
got-
actually.
he's got the Red
ruins
Wizards book. We
parties.
could go
Like,
take
that
them
breaks
out.
friendships.
I
We made it pretty far, and my group just fell apart. And I was like, okay, we're switching to another.
in the
campaign.
first room, someone cut off their own hand. So, and he
For
still
me,
doesn't
it's
have that
like-
hand back. And he's a two-handed fighter.
They just wanted to like rush through it, and I was like, but every level's different. It's supposed to be like the ultimate campaign. They're just like, get me out of this dungeon. I was like,
I would rather run Tolas than that. To be fair, I mean, I like
well, they're already
Dungeons. I like
handless.
Waterdeep.
Why do you want them to be toeless as well?
PTOLUS is Tolas. It's the
I had to
biggest
get
city.
you one save. I had to get you one. so we could
They
go on.
also AEG had also made the biggest dungeon ever, and it was 100 floors.
Yeah, actually, I started a game of that. That was
And you
crazy.
can start. There's 4 different starting places basically to go through.
I barely got through my section. I don't even know how far I got.
Oh, man, I'm starting to Jones so bad for 3.5. It's so good. Okay, so you guys now. Someone said you wanted to go to the tower. You can go to the tower if you like. Or you guys can go whatever you like. You can walk about East Haven.
By East Haven, you mean Kuldahar?
I'm sorry, Kuldahar. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's these damn dentures.
Fucking adventure solved.
We did it.
It's
It's like the Poseidon adventure. We just went there and it was over. We won.
It was done. Problem solved.
Way to spoil it, man.
Mm.
Yeah, like I'd like to go to that old tower.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Bueller.
Yes.
Yes, let's all
I'll
go.
join.
Let's all go to the tower. Let's all go to the tower.
I like how we never split up. We're always like,
give
we will all
ourselves
go.
a
We're
to
not
the-
We
splitting
did
the
that-
party?
We did that once,
I know.
and Derleth got
Generally
taken
doesn't
away.
work.
Split up once in a
Yeah.
town, and
Did
I
my
think-
Negan
if I remember right,
reinforcement work? I think it might have.
Let's just let's just recap that splitting up. Marcus became an actor. totally fine. You became a rat.
Where rat?
Yeah.
Daryl was taken and almost killed, and I learned to read Draconic.
I also
and you inherited a bunch of books.
I've been reading those books dutifully every night.
And an old man died, so
I was very sad about that. He was a
a
good
lot
man.
happened.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Xanon finally pooped.
Yeah, but that was after the adventure was done.
That was after I was also held captive, though. So.
Yeah, see, like, no good.
Yeah,
all right.
It wasn't good.
No, we won't do that again.
Nestled
But the
atop
pooping
a
was.
hill on the northwest part of the hamlet of Kuldahar, there is a tower. And the door is locked.
Is that on the map somewhere?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's at
it's
the
up at
top
the
left
top.
here.
Now.
Oh, okay.
I'll put a tree symbol for the big tree. Oops.
It's like everywhere.
I zoomed in where we were. That's why.
Who did that? Who did that? Who made
I
that?
don't know
What did I do?
who could have done such a thing.
Who could it be now? Actually,
I don't know.
there used to be a
what
general
happened.
store. This was the general store at one time, but it no longer. So you guys can walk out here and then to the tower. The door is locked. Yes, it is. There's no light here. Obviously, there's no lanterns lit or anything. Those are really nice lampposts. Wow, cool.
They are. I just zoomed in. I was like really appreciating them.
Yeah, they're not lit anymore.
Sorry, did we ask her what this was? I've totally forgotten.
We didn't ask.
I think she mentioned that there was an old dilapidated wizard's tower, but it
I
hasn't.
remember the word dilapidated.
There's a few, like the temple and the wizard's tower have not seen use in many, many years.
I would like to use Mage Hand to try and open the door.
It is still locked.
What if I use Mage Hand on the other side to
I
open
use Thieves' Tool on the lock. Like, I just surreptitiously in a way that doesn't, distract from anyone so that way no one can see it. I'm just...
Go ahead and roll a Thieves' Tools check, which would be your proficiency plus your dexterity. Eric, you cannot move. You cannot put your hand on a place you cannot see, if I'm not
it?
mistaken.
What if I looked in the window?
There are no windows. It's a wizard's tower.
Damn it.
That is a 16.
16. You don't feel like there's a keyhole, but you don't feel any tumblers in there. You're like, that's weird.
Peculiar.
Can I do like an Arcana check to see if it's a magically locked?
Yeah, you could try.
Oh
I
shit! That was a
still-
4 plus. I'm sorry. This fucking clear all. 4 plus 4, 8.
Maybe.
Does it?
Maybe. I still
Daryl,
really
is
want to
this
play a wizard named
magic?
John Arcana.
I don't have detect magic. Everyone thinks I do, but I don't.
Well, you
I
could
didn't
have it
say
if you
you.
prepared
Just
it.
look at it.
I have it, but it's on.
You-
It's one of my spells.
Do you know magic? Go look at it and see if you know if there's magic on it. God.
God!
What if I
Someone do
disguise
roll.
myself as a
This is an
magician?
Arcana roll, right?
Have you tried looking with your eyes?
All right. I look at it with my eyes. This is an Arcana
Shrieking
check,
so that way
right?
people can pay attention to us.
Everybody can do magic but me. I got like one magic spell. It's like
Oh,
darkness.
actually rolled well. So I did a 23 in Arcana check.
Probably.
It's probably
a magical lock. Now, that's not to say it's not a regular lock with a magical spell cast on it.
Is
It
there a
could be a
window? Is this
normal
a
No
windowless
window,
tower?
No
It is
window.
windowless, yeah.
I tried
yeah,
to look in.
It looks to be about 2 stories, no windows. Solid flagstone.
So I stepped away for a minute.
climb it.
What's the story behind this wizard tower, other than the fact that nobody's been using it recently?
That's it. That's the story.
That's
That's
it.
the story, Morning Glory.
So our party.
She didn't tell us anything about it. It's just here.
She's
Yeah,
only been the
yeah.
archdruid for a little while, like.
Okay. So it's just been here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all for leaving wizard towers alone, but I mean, if you guys want to try to break in, I mean, by all means. At least we have a druid nearby who can resurrect us.
Maybe
I
you
guess.
you can attempt to pick the lock again if you want. It's just that you're like, I don't know. You're not sure if that'll work or not, but you're not sure that it won't.
I suggest we start whispering different passwords at the door.
I'll try it. I'll try it one more time.
Lock.
That is a 21.
Oh,
21 is
say-
very good.
Open sesame. No,
Hmm.
doesn't work. No.
Please.
21 is not enough to pick the lock, but you feel like you're actually getting there. You're like, wait a minute, this is pickable. I don't know if it's pickable by you. I don't know what you add to it, but it is a pickable. You're like, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, there's something to this here.
Next, I say, ba weep grana weep ninny bong.
I got that reference. Oh god.
Dang.
You know what? I went to see that.
used to be
I
my
actually
password, by the way.
actually saw it in the theater, and they got the reels out of order, so we got our money back. But
Mm.
that was Lime Ridge Mall too, just for
That makes
all
sense.
our
What a
Oh.
time to be alive.
Hamilton people.
I saw
But,
it in theaters too.
Yeah, I was just very confused. You know, I just didn't get it. Right, I didn't understand. I kept waiting for Optimus Prime to come back. It's kind of like Executive
no.
Decision when I
That
was
was
waiting
bad.
for like Steven Seagal to come back. I was like,
Nope.
waiting the whole
Rodimus
movie,
Prime.
never
It
did.
happens.
yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Unfortunately, we don't have the touch and can't open this door.
You got the touch. I love that song so much.
What would you guys like to do about this fucking tower?
Can we
I need to send something to Brittany afterwards. Well, if the
kick
if
in
the
the
pick lock
door,
didn't
Shannon?
work. Oh, good grief!
You want me
I
to
mean,
kick the
look.
door or run to it?
Making athletics check.
Here we go.
Watch.
Remember, my character is very susceptible to you guys just telling her to do something. So,
That's why she climbed that whole thing before.
yeah, it's true. You guys were like, do it.
Could you climb to the top and
I-
see if you can get in?
Rolled a 17. Oh, I suggested climbing, but
This door is magically sturdy, so it's already a nice like wooden door, although it is somewhat worn by the passages of time. And you're like, I could totally break a door that looks like that
that's what I
down.
was gonna say. Yeah, no.
And then you hit it, and you're like, this feels like a much harder door than.
Definitely break this door normally. There's something like, you are all magic people. There's something magical about that, for sure, for sure.
I feel like you can climb to the top and probably get in.
I mean, why not?
Eric is what class again? I feel like
We'll
he should
start
be like
climbing.
a jester or
Wait,
something.
hold on. Are you gonna have me climb, or are you gonna do at least like rope tricks so I can climb
I don't
halfway?
have rope trick.
No.
I'm
It's
kidding.
the
That's not
gnome
what
who wants to cast road trip all the time.
Rope?
Is it? Am I able to climb at all? Are there any?
It's made
sort
of flagstone, so it's climbable. There's a you can make an athletics check. There's a DC there.
I'm doing it. I wasted my good athletics check watch on that. It's a 12.
12 is not quite enough to climb this. You start getting up a couple of feet, and you're like, oh, my hands are too big for some of these flagstones.
Aren't my large, strong lesbian hands?
Yeah.
My spoon is too
Why
big.
am I proportioned like Shaquille O'Neal?
Right.
Nice.
What if I talk like this the whole time? What if my Goliath just talk like this? I said, I'm rich. We're family's not rich. I'm rich.
I should have bardically inspired you. You can climb it.
Yeah, right? We always forget to inspire me.
Anything else?
Rope trick?
Defeated by a door. Classic.
No. Can I just try to climb again?
Yeah, of course.
Can we set something on fire?
Why?
Molotovs usually work.
Why are we setting anything on fire?
Oh.
Listen, I love fire. I love doing
okay.
fire. I love that. But I'm just saying, we put so much effort into getting into this town that if we're gonna light a fire, it should probably be one that they say is okay to light.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably
Absolutely.
not do it by this big tree, too.
I feel
definitely
like the
not.
tree is probably covered by that woman's stupid
Nope.
gem that she won't help us with.
Nope. Not chancing it. We're not lighting the sacred tree.
Okay,
on
but
fire.
again, I think I've already made my
Worth it.
position clear. I love fire, but perhaps not right now. Also, do you not remember that lady wrapped up in vines and threw us? She could have killed us.
Dude, so this has been abandoned for a long time. Do we know the name of the wizard? Maybe it's the name of the wizard.
How would you know that?
Yeah.
You
I
could
know,
just
see.
ask, I guess.
You
We
don't
could
know
go and
anything.
ask.
Who
Yeah.
used to live here? I don't fucking know.
No,
Some wizard.
I assume I didn't climb.
no.
I don't know. What did you roll? I don't know.
I said 14.
You're getting close. You know, the thing about climbing is that
Slowly.
after a certain point, you can just climb it. You know, like we don't have to keep rolling. You can just eventually you'll get up there.
Well, I'm rolling one more time.
Okay. Because you're trying to climb the tower in 6 seconds.
20!
There you go. You're like, and then you feel like, oh, there's clearly a path right there, like Uncharted, where you're like, oh, I'm supposed to go that way. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh,
I should have been looking for the
lighting.
slightly yellow
lighting
outline
on
things.
Yeah, the yellow
You get to the top, and there is a there's just a simple wooden slats
Slat?
for a roof.
I think I could break that, right?
It's a little too easy.
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna go try to punch it.
Making it. Well, are you trying to like break in, or are you trying to like punch the wood to deal damage to the wood? Because there is a difference. Because you could try something has a break DC where if you roll high enough, you just break it in like one go, or you can like punch things until they break. Right?
I'm gonna punch until it breaks.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Well,
like,
make it-
stupid fucking door.
Make an attack roll.
You can break in one hit.
Die, you stupid fucking door.
Bum, bum, bum. That's a
don't have heart.
13.
A 13.
You need me to roll damage?
You can do it.
Objects. Well, it's made of wood. So sorry. What did you roll to hit?
13 to hit.
You did not punch it hard enough.
I'm gonna punch again. Bonus action, unarmed strike.
do one more punch.
That one definitely didn't hit. Flurry of blows.
You're punching, and you're like, man, this wood is hard.
Oh, I got 13 again. Wait, I'm gonna stop punching, and I'm just gonna look down and be like, Marcus, I have some performance issues. Could you please, like,
I would like to bardically
Give me a little
inspire you.
I think, I tried really hard with the druid lady, and it's just, now I'm all in my head, and I'm wondering, am I even good enough anymore? And it's just...
I will bardically
Really hard
inspire
Xanon.
Xanon. You can do it. You can do it.
Trying again.
I turned to Bambi. Are you able to cast a rope trick
What
trick
does your inspiration do?
to get us up to the
For
tower?
sure.
All right. Just in case I need to go up there, in case
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
Yeah, I got spells. I got rope.
Sorry, what'd you
You
say?
add 1d8 for an
1d8.
ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
Bling.
Okay, so
Nice
that's like a 16 this time. That's a 16.
16 hits.
Cool. So let's roll that damage.
1.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna punch again.
This
I believe we're trying
this
to
tower
24 to hit.
yeah.
the tower.
This tower's gonna be empty. We know this, right?
Another 7 points of damage.
Even if it's not empty, it's gonna kill us before we actually get to the other place. This is not a
Do
good
I need to keep
idea.
punching? I'm just gonna go Ip Man on this. Just pop, 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 pop.
I mean, eventually you can break the wooden boards, the slats. They are thick because it's a roof.
Xanon, do you have any like rope, so that we could climb up after you, or should we just
You
wait
know
at the
what?
bottom?
I think I'm actually very prepared. I usually have lots of things in my inventory. Let's see.
Or should we wait at the door?
What a time for her camera to freeze for me, though. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Good news! Good news, everybody! I made a
Good
hole in the
news.
top! And also, okay, get ready, because I'm tying this, it's very, I'm just gonna tie it to myself, and I'm gonna drop the rope down, and you can climb on up. I'm just gonna tie it to me, and...
Bambi? Beauty before age? I'm saying
Baby
I'm the
older
old
than
one.
you?
No?
I'm both beautiful and older than you. Go about your business.
Okay. So you're saying I should go? I'll go off.
Yes.
Yep, I'm just gonna...
Anyone? Darla?
You can climb up.
You're good?
just-
I
gonna
just
show me
want
up
to
that
see
it's
what
too hard.
happens.
All right.
Power adventure! We'll have to roll, a strength or athletics to help
For
Eric.
no, there's no use rope anymore. Remember, Steve? Remember use rope? Remember the good old days?
Yeah, I
There
do.
was a skill called use rope.
Yeah, you had to do all kinds of stuff with rope, and you needed a roll for it.
Yeah.
and a
All right.
When you get
guarantee.
to the top, I give you a nice little embrace. I'm like, thank you.
We can do. We did
I
it.
really needed that.
Teamwork.
And now we can climb inside.
I say loudly to Banby, but more for everyone else to hear. I think it's kind of ironic that you can just break into a wizard tower through the roof. I would be careful up there.
I'm gonna shout down, don't worry, I'm gonna lower Marcus slowly through the top. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but there was this really cool story I heard one time. It was called The Mission That Was Impossible. And, like, people were trying this heist, but there was, like, a magical aura all over the floor. So, like, the guy had to go down, like, anyway, whatever, you'll see it in a minute. And I'm just gonna do it with Marcus.
I'm cool with
Lower
it.
him down.
I wish I changed my spells. Previous night.
It's like, god damn it, why did they want to go in this tower? I don't have anything prepared for it.
I should cast spiritual weapon just to send
My
something
secret
up.
cap. I always pick the weird.
All right, so everybody climbs to the top, and you guys
No,
want to start.
I'm not going up. I'm just watching.
Me and Marcus.
Just
This
me.
is a buddy cop.
All right. So you, neither of you have dark vision, so neither of you can see down inside into the interior that is not lit.
Wait.
No.
Pulls out a torch.
Yeah, I have a torch. I would like to
Okay.
light it with, I don't know.
You have a flint and
Presti-
tinder, yes.
Yeah.
Just in your mouth.
Or prestidigitation also
Yeah, I was
allows you to
gonna use
light. Yeah, you can just
prestidigitation.
and it lights. Yeah, you light your torch.
What do I see?
Roll a perception check.
Meanwhile, you're humming.
Perception. Oh, 21.
Well, that's pretty good.
Look at that.
Wait.
You needed inspiration.
Perception. Nope, 20. Sorry, I can't add. 16 plus 4.
Okay, it is hard to see down there, even though you have a torch. Torches don't provide a great amount of light, and it flickers quite a bit. You see, a cobweb-filled interior. There's a desk. There seems to be some kind of large cauldron or pot. There's dust. It's just the whole floor is covered in a thick layer of dust. There's there's scraps of paper, books that are worn. Yeah.
Maybe there are books here.
That's
You're
pretty
gonna
good.
see, and then I'm
That
gonna
would
go.
work.
Andy, there are books here.
There's Banby standing there, and then there's just cloud of where Banby was.
I'm so fast. Are you kidding me? There's
Always turn
books.
it a Looney Tunes no matter what.
Mr. Simpson? Mr. Simpson?
So wait. How does she
Bless
get
you.
up there? Does she climb
Amy's
up,
got
or
rope
does she
There would be a rope.
use rope trick?
There's still a rope up
I
there.
look to my right. Bambi's right there. What the fuck?
Fuck! From The Office? We could just play D&D with memes.
It's true.
Basically.
Meme and D.
No, for
Meme
sure.
and D.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's pretty good.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Thank you.
Books.
Yes. Now, what would you like to do?
Are you coming down,
Yeah,
Xanon?
Jamie, you want me to lower you down too?
Yes, please.
I mean, I can come down, but so far I've been the anchor, so I'm just.
I want to see the books.
Okay. After
Bandy,
Bambi's
can
in
you
there, then I'll
lower a
come down.
rope
Rope.
rope trick down so I can come up? I think I'm gonna probably have to come in there.
I'll do the same. You know what? They're in the room now, and I'll come over the side and be like, "Hey, buddy, I heard you had a major case of FOMO." I'm just gonna throw the room down to you.
What did you say? You said there are scattered random papers on the desk. Are there any torches along
yeah.
the wall that I can light?
No, they're all. No, there's no torches.
Candelabra?
Are you in the room?
Yeah.
Sarah left
Are
us
you-
at the top now.
There is a candelabra, like a standing
Candle thingy?
holder. Yeah, and it holds like a bunch.
Okay.
And it's in the. You're like in the middle of the room. It's in like the far corner.
Okay. I will light it as well.
Okay. As you do so, and you start to be able to see about the room, you
Oh boy.
I'm still climbing up.
Yeah.
You get like this like chill down your spine, and you're like, "Oh, that's not good." And you looking about the room, and then you finally notice behind the desk in a chair,
A dead body.
there's a skeleton in a robe.
What's the robe look like?
Let's fucking go.
My God, guys, just go.
It's blue.
Yen Sid.
It's a blue robe. It's got a hood, and it's just
Wait, what color was the lady's robes?
I think you're. It doesn't matter. It's a skeleton in a robe. Just get out of there, guys.
What color were the lady's robes?
the druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green and
That's nothing to do
brown.
with her.
Oh, green and brown. Okay.
Hmm.
I was
It's
I'm
the
a
wondering.
druid. Yeah, they're green and brown.
This
This
just
is
sounds like
just-
malnourishment.
Totally normal way of dying.
I'm gonna make that Illrigger character now.
It's not
Oh,
Oh yeah.
You're still down there with me, right?
Aerolith, you're at the top.
Am I? I don't know how far. I'm trying to come up.
Yeah.
Hey guys, there's
me
a
to
skeleton
send you?
down here.
There is a door out of this room, like an actual door that leads out of this room. There's books like stacked up high. There's a book. There's 4 or 5 bookshelves. There's a cauldron with like a like on top of a stone stove. There's a bunch more candles on the other side of the room. Now that you look down where your footprints where you've disturbed the dust, there seems to be like a gray and red carpet on the floor.
That's gonna need some vacuuming.
And there's just books everywhere. But you guys approach the skeleton? Do you approach the desk? Like,
I'm still
There's
gonna
stuff
light
on the desk.
candelabra thing.
okay. I mean, that
Let's
illuminates
grab
the room pretty well.
Ambi and Daryleth under my arms and just jump down.
Okay. Make it an acrobatics check. See if you can absorb you can superhero landing.
Who did you ban? The chat.
23.
Yeah, you jumped down just fine. Someone was there was the wanna buy followers?
Are we gonna become famous?
You wanna become famous? Yeah, I
Ah,
just saw that and
sweet.
banned them.
Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah, you guys, and you land and you see there's a skeleton in a very dusty, blue robe, just bones, clean.
Clean bones.
That's how
Yeah,
I
the
feel.
bones are clean. They've been here for a very fucking
about-
long time.
Interesting.
But the robe is stained.
Stained
Yeah.
with blood.
Like with blood? like blood?
Vomit.
It might be blood. You're not sure. It's very fucking old.
This is where investigation actually
Was it-
comes.
Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah.
Do it, Daryleth.
No,
No,
I'm
we
just
just
saying
ask
we
the
use
DM and have him
investigation a
tell
lot.
us.
That's actually a situation where investigation is.
Oh,
Batman this
What did
shit.
my acrobatics do? Was it fun?
You landed just fine. Yeah. You're big.
Oh, when
Now I
it's my
look
turn,
at-
I will roll an investigation on the body.
All right, roll your investigation
Yeah,
check.
go for it, man.
All right, let's do it.
I just like doing muscle.
You approach the body.
I rolled a 1, so I got 6.
You approach the body and you're like, first of all, nobody touch it, and then you put your hand on its shoulder and you hear like a and the shoulder just kind of goes like that as the bones like it clearly hasn't shifted in a long time. There is a book in its lap falls to the floor and closes.
Oh. Abby, there's a book on the floor.
Ambi, you want the book?
There's books everywhere.
I look at the books that look. I want to find books that look less evil.
Can we see what
They're
the
hard
cover
to read because they're covered in like all the dust covers are completely covered in dust.
I believe he died peacefully in his sleep.
Everybody make a Constitution save, as now there's dust just like everywhere in the room.
Oh, God.
Is it magic?
Is
Is
the
it just-
dust magic?
It could-
No,
Yes.
you may not add your magic save bonus.
16
to-
for
Let
me.
just double check. I
Okay.
don't get it against
I'll
con
let you
anyways. 12.
Derelith.
21.
So only Derelith and
God.
Marcus don't start going into fits of coughing and sneezing from this dust in the room. But like you both start to get the sniffles, like you feel your nose starting to run because you're like, it's itchy. But you don't sneeze.
Can I see what the did the book close but with the cover
Yeah.
up?
Now we have no idea what. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we
The
got
one that fell out of his lap.
Yeah, we don't know what page it was on now.
No, it's cover down.
Okay.
Oh.
Is there anything on the spine?
No, there's nothing on the spine actually.
Can I use Mage Hand to turn it over?
Sure. Yeah.
I would like to do that.
The other side is also blank.
Well, fuck.
I mean,
How's everyone feel about me opening this
I'll
book?
pick it up.
Okay, go for it.
Sure. Zan, you pick up the book, nothing happens.
And I'm gonna use it to like fan
I'm
myself.
so prepared for a new character at this
I'm,
point.
like, not
oh my
even
god,
thinking
you
about
guys. From the top floor of an abandoned wizard tower.
On
Might have been a good wizard.
on the desk, are there any papers that look like he was writing notes about this book?
I guess you'd have to
Yeah, can I
investigate,
check?
wouldn't you?
Sorry, can I
Roll
can
an
I-
investigation check.
All right.
Everybody's like, "Is there?" And DM's like, "Is there?"
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Is there?
11.
11. You start sifting through the desk. There's like notes and stuff. You kind of do you open any of these books?
Oh, I didn't know there were books on the desk too.
Yeah, there's books on the desk. There's papers. There's scrolls. There's a skull.
Not the books, but the scrolls and the paper, the loose leaf papers.
The scrolls are all like rolled and like sealed. Not sealed, but just like they've got a little ribbon around them so that they're kept closed. But a lot of the especially a lot of the scrolls are very worn.
Okay.
So they are very fragile when you go to grab them. They're very brittle. So if you want to open one, you can make a dexterity check. Or check.
Okay. 19.
Okay, you definitely untie the ribbon and then slowly, carefully unfurl. And you look at it and you go, I can't read this. And then you flip it over and you go, oh. It looks like the start of a spell scroll, but it's not done.
Derelith, any insight on this? On this scroll?
I don't know why I would know.
Because you're the magic guy.
He's
Not
a
the
cleric.
magic guy. I'm the religious guy. The magic guy.
There's
You're
two
both.
kinds of magic. There's divine and arcane magic, and he casts divine magic, which does pull from the same source, but his is granted by gods. Arcane magic is you tap directly into the they call it the weave.
I'm just going to ask
Have you guys
Derelith
ever
everything
played Kingdom
magic-y.
Hearts?
What was that, Zan?
Arcana.
So have you guys played Kingdom Hearts? Because
Yeah.
like what I'm picturing is Merlin's house in the first game, where there's just like books stacked everywhere, and there's like one table in the middle.
It's probably like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17 on Arcana.
Are you trained in Arcana?
I actually am. Yes, because I'm
Okay.
a hunter. Yeah, of magic.
This is definitely a spell scroll. It's clearly not finished. It's also, you recognize, this is like, it's a detect magic spell scroll. And you're like, we don't cast detect magic like this anymore, though. Like, that's not how we...
We did this editions ago.
Well, it's because, it's quite literally because the last time the god of magic died, they had to start over. They had to relearn how magic worked, because when the god of magic dies, that's the person who keeps the weave working, and when the weave breaks, they have to build it back up, and then people had to relearn certain things, like even certain mundane things.
Yeah. It's strange. It seems to be a detect magic scroll, but in a language that predates the way it would be done now.
It's like the order of the components are changed and stuff like that. And instead of moving your hand up and to the right, you move your hand up and to the left when we're doing somatic components and stuff like that. You're like,
It's like a
this little-
Konami code of detect magic.
Yes. Except this one is left,
the
right,
age of
up, down,
PlayStation.
BA, BA.
I don't like that.
Well, it just means it predates at least our current god of the week.
I wonder if
That was
he
only like 100 or so years ago, so.
I wonder if he was trying to detect magic on the book that he was reading.
I don't know that he'd have the book in his lap if he was
I
trying
mean,
to
I'm still holding the book, so.
Do you read? Do you open the book, Xanon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was fanning myself with this. Then I'm
Do
like,
I love that
you?
you looked up for a second.
How do you now? Do you just open the front cover? Do you open to a random page? What's Xanon do?
I flip open to a random page.
Okay. It's a pretty large. It's a tome. And you open it, and you're like, and in the top corner, it's written in Dwarven. Do you understand Dwarven?
Great question.
Yeah.
Is that a voice you would understand?
Oh, I
a
do.
vocal?
I speak Dwarvish.
Okay, because the Goliath alphabet uses the same alphabet as the Dwarven one. So
yeah, there's some connections.
Goliaths originally didn't have a written language. It is the tale. It seems to be. It's a familiar story that most people know. And at the top of the page, where like you open a book and it says like the title of the book and then the author or whatever. No author is given, and it says the history of the fateful coin, in brackets, dwarf edition.
Nice.
And it's like this is an oversized copy because most people buy a chapbook, which is basically like a half the size of a modern novel with like paperback. The history of the Fateful Coin is not a long book, but most people are familiar with it. It tells a story about
Lady Luck,
the twin goddess of magic, Bashaba and Timora, and how when everyone's born,
luck, not magic.
Oh, sorry, did I say magic?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the twin goddesses of luck. When everyone's born, they say a coin is flipped, and Bashaba calls heads or tails, and whatever side it lands on, that'll determine whether you have good luck or bad luck in your life. But there are some individuals who, when this is called, their coin lands on the side, and the gods of luck do not have a say in their fate.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard that or read that passage in 15 years. It warms my heart, man.
Yeah.
I actually do remember that passage. Damn, I'm fucking old.
So it seems like he was reading just an old book.
Mm.
But in Dwarfish for some reason. Like,
why not? It's just a flex. Like, oh, gotta brush up on my Italian, like.
Yeah. Like, oh, I prefer Shakespeare in the original Klingon, right?
Of course, it's much better.
Absolutely.
Is there a word in Klingon for loneliness? Ah, yes. Kuldahar.
To chadich their own.
Oh, you guys kill me.
All you Trek nerds out there.
Good.
Anything else?
That book wasn't killing me. Kind of ironic though, if you died due to bad luck or something.
Well, like I said, he died of natural causes. I'm pretty sure it was because of cholesterol.
You turn to the front of the book and it's signed. Like, how some books have the thing, it's like, who owns the book? And it says Auric the Grey.
Ooh.
Auric the Grey.
Okay, guys.
Orrick. Yeah.
Auric in here? Auric the Grey.
So does that mean...
Even though he's wearing blue. But whatever.
Does it mean it's this guy or that he borrowed the book from Auric the Grey? Oh, wait. Let's look up the history of
maybe there's a wizard, like
realms and shit. We got 2 volumes.
Bambi?
See if there's like
You're
an Auric the
muted.
Grey somewhere. You're muted.
I've been talking this whole fucking time.
That explains a lot.
No.
It does explain a lot. Sorry.
I thought you were just muted for some reason.
I thought you were pantomiming.
I like your cyberpunk background.
You and me.
Can you look up Auric the Grey in your tomes, please?
I have History of Icewind Dale Parts 1 and Part 2. We are not in Icewind Dale, but is he in the books?
Why don't you roll an investigation check to go through your books?
Auric the Grey.
That does sound correct. That is a 21.
Oh, wow.
He does not appear in those books, but you recall him being mentioned in the books of the Dragonborn Sorcerer.
I go like I've been like marking pages where I find things that are interesting and things like that. Like I've made it through, I would say I had 120 years worth of personal volumes and I started at the front. So I have made it through probably like 40 years, maybe. Like I've been working through it. So I it sounds familiar. And I'd go and I kind of like dig through the pile. I get to like decade 3 and I start kind of like digging around in there and seeing if I like marked down in one of those books. Just
Auric was interested in the research of mythals. Mythal. Mythals.
That is.
is that all it says?
You don't think he met Auric? Auric, well, it probably mentions the fact that Auric was human, because
Yeah.
that would matter. So he died even before. He likely died even before your Dragonborn friend.
Well, my Dragonborn friend just died
I was
recently,
hoping
so that makes
Auric would
sense.
be an
But your
orc.
Dragonborn friend also, like Dragonborns, like he
Freaking-
was really old. Like he lived like an extra long time.
Yeah.
But even he was only like over 100 years old when you
Mhm.
dealt with him.
Hmm.
So he died before, like, it doesn't seem like they were contemporaries. It
Okay.
seems like it's like he had found a thing and he was like, "Oh, this seems interesting. Auric, great. I should look into that at some point because like, if I ever want to research mythals, that's who I should
Look up.
go read about or go find,
Hmm.
right?" But it doesn't mention a location. It's
Or
just
what
like
mythals are.
if you want to go through your books, you can probably figure out what mythals are in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got go through his personal journals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like inside the journals, he like they weren't just like he was like writing willy-nilly. Like he like kept like pretty detailed notes. He used like inside he had like sort of complicated sort of I'm like still deciphering them, but he had like a sort of a complicated set of like symbols that he would use for things that were like a personal note versus like observations versus like research stuff. So I'm kind of just flipping through looking at the research stuff, seeing based on like kind of that symbol, seeing if I can find something that matches that.
He
Yeah.
would keep track of things. If he'd be like, if he knew there's like, oh, you know what, that's a good, I should write that down. Like that person was heavy into that. I should definitely keep note of that because you never know, right? And being a sorcerer, sometimes it's difficult because he, like Auric was obviously a wizard. Being a sorcerer, things are different from you. Your power is innate and you have to tap into it and you're drawing it from somewhere. Whereas wizards have figured it out, like that's the like Doctor Strange has figured out the symbols and the shapes and the ingredients to make magic happen. But mythals are powerful magical effects created by a group of spellcasters, usually in a circle,
Ooh.
which doesn't really happen anymore. Like we're not talking about a druid circle.
It's a wizard circle.
It's usually
right.
it's a wizard circle,
King
and
wizard circle.
the only people who usually still try to do stuff like this are red wizards, obviously for nefarious purposes. They're still big on circles. There's notes about the witches of Rashomon, how they use circle magic. But they're not like
these expansion books.
they're not bad. So when you finally find like, oh, here's like he tries to define a mythal as best he could as a powerful magical effect created by a group of spellcasters to protect and ward a large area with numerous powerful enchantments. And then on the next page, he goes, the earliest mythals were elven, done by their high mages, and they could permanently alter the weave to create an
Ooh.
area where the normal rules of magic no longer apply. And he's like, in all caps, very dangerous, but very useful.
Interesting.
And then he's like, there's a, like, see this note, and then there's another chapter or another book, and it's like, existing mythals, Silvery Moon, Mithranor. It's probably the only two he would know about because those are the two most famous ones.
Do we think that maybe didn't we say that there seemed to be a giant spell around here? Do you think that might be a...
That's a very good observation, and it's very quite possibly why Oric the Grey was here, trying to figure out if there was a mythal here.
Hmm.
That
So
could be the magic that what's his name was talking about, right? Dude guy.
Which?
The
Guy
guy
from
from
the
the crypt. Yeah.
yeah.
I think this is something unrelated, but maybe.
Well, you also just said Silvery
Kresselack.
Moon, which is
What was his name?
on the way to
Mhm.
that place.
Yeah, that's where
There's
we're
currently
going.
a big fucking fight happening too.
Yeah, Silvery Moon's. I think it's pretty well known to most people that Silvery Moon's mythal prevents evil dragons from entering the city.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
No complaints there.
Yeah. We don't want a conclave of those coming around.
No, definitely not. A chroma conclave.
It's Thursday night.
When will the Vox Machina show return from war?
Hopefully this fall.
Who knows?
I mean, I would like to dig around this place now. I want to dig through all the books and see what we find.
I would like to go down a level. Like, I would like to continue looking at this tower.
Look at you guys dicking around, going down. Like, I didn't even have to say it.
Wait, is there a door leading out of this room?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there is.
I couldn't
I
remember.
cast. Wait. Before he touches the door, I cast find traps on that door.
Does that allow you to just roll, or does it just automatically find traps?
I don't know, but I cast it. Let's see. All right. You sense the presence of any trap within that is within the line of sight. A trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict damage. Sudden harmful or undesirable effect by its creator. Thus, the spell would sense an effect by the alarm spell, a glyph, or warding, or mechanical pit trap. Okay, so that's pretty specific.
You do not detect any traps.
Cool. I opened that door.
I don't say anything.
The door opens to a set of stairs that lead down to the lower level.
Is there more things I can light on fire on the way down?
There is, well, they're unfortunately for you up above.
Oh. Wait, can I carry my torch with my mage hand?
Yes, you can light it with your yes. You light the chandelier. There are 5 candles that are very short, by the way.
Oh.
They're very short. There's barely enough. You get them lit. There is a bed in here.
I'm following Marcus, by the way.
Oh.
The bed is.
That's not gonna work out.
The bed is very, very neatly made.
Oh.
There's actually also a candle holder next to the bed. There's a little spot for someone to sit and scribe into a book, but it's all empty. There's an empty shelf as well, and then there's a door that presumably leads to outside because this is only a two-level tower.
It's a 2-story tower.
You don't know where they ate, but they definitely had a bed.
Maybe they ate on the bed. They're like a student.
Maybe.
Or
or they ate at this in the study.
Yeah,
but everything in here is like basically not quite pristine because the ages, the effects of time, but it's not as dusty as the other room. So like it would seem that like maybe he didn't spend time in here like at all.
Wouldn't it be more dusty if he spent? Oh, I'm confused.
I guess because technically dust is skin.
Apparently, most of dust is not skin; it's mostly dirt.
Okay.
But if you don't open the door, dust shouldn't get inside. So
Ah.
I want to try and open the
there's no
door to
windows
get
or
out.
it's locked.
Oh damn! I can't unlock it. Oh, it's a
can try.
magical lock. Can
How
I?
would you-
I'm gonna try and unlock it.
From the inside.
With what?
Oh, I wasn't sure if there was like a slot.
You don't see. You just see a keyhole.
Oh god. Well, that ain't gonna work.
Maybe look for.
Oh, is there? Yeah, is there a key near
His
the
body.
bed?
Roll a perception check.
Perception. Why can't I find you? There. 18.
You do not see a key.
Dang it.
You do see a book under one of the. You found a book under one of the pillows, though.
Ooh. I would like to open the book.
Ooh. Hello, book.
It's
Some
it's
smutty
old.
wizard.
And give me 1 second.
Wizard fiction. It's funny because wizards are fictional. But
Are they though?
are they?
The book is it's all worn. There's no dust cover, and like the name or whatever of the book is like worn off. And you open the front cover, and it's very old, and the spine cracks, and inside in very poorly written dwarven runes, it says Weenog book.
Weenog book.
Xanon, do you know what this says?
I assume it means Weenog's book.
And
What Weenog means.
it looks like it's like almost like a children's
Yeah. So
kind of novella. And then at the back it says to Weenog from Auric.
Oh,
Oh. We're all like, ew.
I want to take this book with me. Should we go back upstairs, Xanon?
Terrible.
Yeah, we can't have people thinking we're having sex down here.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be
let's go.
weird.
That would ruin my image. Can't
Yeah.
let this
Yes,
lady
that
do
would
anything
be
with
what's
hers.
weird, not us having broken into this home.
No, what will be weirder is when I check the wizard's pockets just to see if there's a key in there.
There is a key, yes.
I'm going to search in the okay, but
Okay,
I'm going to be very
wait.
respectful about it. Okay, I'm gonna blow the dust off of his shoulders.
Before she even gets
Whoa,
back, I was
excuse
gonna
me, I
cast
need a little quick.
just for our safety, not totally
It
necessary.
has been less than an hour, so I am still wearing warding bond.
I love the difference between modern groups and like old school groups, because old school groups is like, I rip the robes off the wizard. They're clearly magical. I'm taking them. Whatever's
Yeah,
in
right.
here, I'm casting it. And you guys are like, we should be really careful because
I
like,
was gonna
we
take
can
his
break these
robes.
books.
I'm just trying to.
mean,
be
I want the books,
responsible
man.
as the
I want
cleric. You
Should we
guys,
bury him properly?
you guys are
Good.
the worst. I'm going to cast.
Well, yeah, he's got to do ceremony on him.
Gentle repose on the body, so it
I
won't
don't
become
know
a
if general repose. Well, maybe it will. I don't know. Gentle repose.
All it will do it will protect against it becoming undead. But
Okay.
that's it. But
That's
it's
fine.
also it's not a full ceremony, but I can do it in like a short term. Anyway, I do that before anyone messes with it. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. You can actually do it as a ritual.
Do I have that time? I don't know.
I
if
don't
they
know.
went down for 10 minutes.
Takes 10 minutes plus the normal casting. So
Okay, well, if they see I'm doing something for 10 minutes, hopefully they don't fuck with them for. I will do it as a ritual then.
I'm just slowly pulling the key out.
Touch him.
Listen, the spell is just on the body. This is the key. It's okay, it's fine. I asked the skeleton, it's fine.
I'm trying to give him a passage to Kelemvor. Why do you have to make things so difficult?
I can't have the key going to the afterlife with him.
It's not about the key, it's about afterlife.
It's okay, we're just like arguing.
While they do that, I am looking at the books.
all the books, like they're all dusty and stuff. Some of them are just like normal volumes about like the history of such and such, the history of such and such.
The history.
like-
Oh, that's not good.
The history of what?
The history of such and such, you say?
They're all going into the bag.
Like the history of the Silvery Moon, Waterdeep.
Grab that, grab that.
Dave's like, I'll send you a
Just grab them all.
I actually have.
grab
oh,
everything.
I can't. I
I'll go
cannot
to
grab
the-
them all.
I'll go to the actual file I have for.
I'm pretty
no,
strong.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
whatever
and
you
that's
need me
why
to
you
carry out.
grab them all because David is a DM who
All right.
cares about the details and
100 less than useful books to find in a Forgotten Realms bookshelf. Here we
Oh,
go.
No,
I
there enough
still
room for
have.
100?
I still have four. I still have 70, probably 75, probably 70 pounds of weight total in my bag of holding
I
available
will
for me.
remove things from her bag if I am storing anything to create space for this.
You aren't.
It's
That's
worth
not
it.
what.
It's teamwork.
Are you?
Teamwork here.
It's worth it.
I do have some vestments, some cloth vestments,
Huge-
and
let-
I have
let me-
the gold.
Let me go through just like a cliff notes real quick.
Yeah.
Empire of the Giants by Thathon Thard, a generally inaccurate depiction of the dawn era of giant empires.
Useful for our sky.
Erlon in the High Forest by Asklim Orinar. How the High Forest used to be part of the lost elven realm of Erlon, and speculations by the author as to what remains of the land can still be found within the trees.
Cool.
Everesca and the Elves by Idriani Moriath. Description and guide of the elven realm of Everesca, never visited by the author, and assembled from the stories of those who may or may not have actually visited the valley.
Okay, well, that one's bullshit.
Evil from Dragonspear by Nina Mambrun. How evil forces took control of Dragonspear Castle and the almost 2-year battle to clear it out once more.
Maybe useful.
Yep.
Oh, here's a great one. Evil Women, the Witch Tyrants of Rashomon by Thorar Drain. A hugely inaccurate diatribe against the witches of Rashomon, painting them as consorting with all sorts of foul powers. A hypocritical work given that it is penned by a Thavian.
Is
But
is
because
wait,
the
is,
DM
is-
has the Rashomon book and he did just show it to us, we should take it.
listen, if I see that
Basis
book,
alone.
I feel like I know at least some of these books. If I see that book, I'm throwing it on the ground. It is
Damn
not
it.
coming with me.
Ilfarn the Fallen by Marine Dolabrin. Stories about Ilfarn, the fallen kingdom, a powerful elven nation that fell to goblins and non-humans. The book has a hefty component of the mythical rather than the accurate.
Nope.
Larlock and the Warlock's Crypt by Olil Nuthrini. Everything known of Larlock of Netheril in his tomb that is somewhere in the Troll Hills, with a warning that finding it may not be healthy, as the sole survivor of the last to do so brought a plague back to Baldur's Gate.
Netheril, grab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a list of these, please. Thank you. Please, you don't have to.
We skip ahead
This
to
is-
burying the body.
This is so ridiculous. I really hope that skeleton isn't coming to life while we're looking at
Ruins of Ramathar by Rahil Crayrin. Locations and overviews of the various ruined citadels that can be found in the lost realm of Romathar.
Yep.
Oh, Steve might like this one. The Bloodstone Wars. The invasion of Damara by the forces of the Witch King of Vassar and the counterattacks by Gareth Dragonsbane and those who had accompanied him that drove the Vassan forces out. That's a classic.
I would actually
Classic
want to
adventure.
read that one, so yeah, take that one, please.
Steve's like, I'll read that in real life. Let's go.
Witch Kings, yeah, I am lit. That's my jam, Witch Kings.
Is that what the kids are saying? Lit?
Yeah,
Jam?
it's lit, fam.
I know.
This is my jam. This is my shit.
Just the priest.
Oh,
I don't know
here's
that
one of
shit.
my personal favorites. The Life of Alondo the Seer by Rinda Crondon.
That-
A less
Wait,
than totally
Alondo?
accurate. Yeah, a less than totally accurate biography of the noted sage, including some of his predictions, although there are more than a few inaccuracies in the latter.
Grab it. That guy's referenced in Baldur's Gate.
That one
His
is
life of
fire.
Orlando. What's his
Fire.
foos?
Lando Bloom.
Oh.
No, it's
Lando Calvin.
Alondo. You don't remember that? Oh man, I actually get that.
And the Lord of Murder shall perish.
Yeah.
The Wit and Wisdom of Elminster by Ilbarth Taitland? This book was neither written by Elminster nor done with his approval, and it lacks any of his wisdom or wit, and was written simply to capitalize on the Archwizard's reputation.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Amazing.
Get that one too.
Leave that one.
No, get
That
it.
one's for like you to
No.
use as a word.
Oh,
Tree Spotting in Cormanthor
carrying
by
I'm taking that kid's book.
Ithendon Colgar about the different types of trees that can be found in the forest, although the author appears to make distinctions that no one else does, dividing common types of trees into dozens of different subspecies based on minor differences.
interesting.
Wonders of
Roman-
Lantan by
Trees
Eril
are cool. Get that
Zost.
from the druid.
A visitor's experience on the island of Lantan and the various and sometimes not exactly safe inventions he found there.
Yes, please. Can please have the list of the book? Yeah, please.
Just
Can we
all
please
of
have
them.
the
Just all
list?
of them.
Please.
You.
Does she have enough room in
Oral
her bag of
fiction
holding?
Jesus.
I have
don't know.
70 pounds of space. I want to keep 4 pounds of space in case I need anything
Books
else.
are really heavy.
Well,
Opening the front door with the key.
The thing about
Yeah.
books is that
body
after a while, they're just trees. When you put enough together, they're just trees again.
Nice.
Accurate.
Nice.
So they weigh as much as trees.
You have the body ready? I'm opening the front door. We can bury him.
I'll let you know what was on the body next time.
Nice.
Ooh, that's how it.
What a
That's how we're
segue.
doing it. Don't forget about the main mission. If you can donate, go for it. We'll see you next week.
Main mission.
Or are we doing something earlier? I don't know. We have an episode on Tuesday, Monday, and then
We have an episode next Monday before, yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. Batman, maybe?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'll try.
Batman, the Grand Trist. Yeah, we'll figure
Somebody
something out.
has.
Ooh,
No.
all
I've
right.
seen Batman.
Yeah, me too.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.